Hello, it's time for the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition in some of the strongest regions in the entire world. We have North America East. Coming up now, we'll have North America West later on today. Looking forward through all of that. My name's Ultra David, and joining me for this is going to be Mr. Aquaman.
What's going on, everyone? And before we get into the action that you guys are going to see here today, I want to give a quick mention to one of our presenting partners here, the Pro Kompetition, presented by PS4 Tournaments. Go check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series, weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique awards. You can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, b.playstation.com, the one destination that helps gives you Mortal Kombat content and insight as to how players approach the game, tips and tricks for all skill levels as well, from beginner to pro. All you have to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign up with your PSN. You can also do it from inside the game. You grab your pad, you go to the game, press this button right here in the middle. I almost missed it there for a second, but you guys saw it. Even I messed it up, it only took like a couple seconds to get there. You guys can sign up for that tournament, just like you see here today. Get involved yourself. We are going to be jumping into some East action here, David, and a couple of surprises in this bracket, and there is a lot of character variety, a lot of player variety. Look at this thing from top to bottom.
I'll tell you, this is the 7th week, and there are 8 weeks in running up to the finals week. So this is one of the last 2 chances to get points, and some of these players definitely need these points. So let's talk about who we have first. Panda Hayate versus MCG I'm Big Daddy G, winner of NA East a couple of weeks ago. CGL Tweedy versus Deadly Rebel. That's what your winner's side looks like. Then you go down. You got MCG Abyss. You got BC Biohazard. You got Zentai showing up in here, and you got DF Grr. And these players are really all over the place when it comes to where they are in points. You look at somebody like Tweedy, he's up there in 6th right now. Biohazard's in 3rd. These are some of the people who are at the very top. Zentai is at 29th, and you need to be in the top 16 to get into the finals. So he's pretty far out of that. And then you have players who are on the margins, like Grr, who is currently actually 16th in points. So, technically in it, but not at all comfortable.
Yeah.
He'll get more points even where he is right now, but not at all comfortable. You got other players. Hayate's at 13th, right? So players from all over the sort of various places you can be in terms of how many points you need to get.
Yeah, and there's a few in there just trying to secure their position or better their position for that potential finale, right? You guys got someone like Abyss, who's sitting there at 11th in points, going to get a few more points. Big Daddy G is sitting there at 9th, and they're trying to break into more of the top 8 seeding, kind of just to better their seeding, better their potential path in that finale, right? Because on paper, the higher seed has an easier path, but we all know the strength of these regions, especially East here, and almost no one is probably going to be safe, but they're going to try anyway, just like we're going to see here today. Big Daddy G, a previous winner, going up against Hayate, and Hayate is going back in time on us, Ultra David. What?
He's got Acid Pour Aaron Black. I love, oh wow, okay, already just interrupting it there was I'm Big Daddy G, trying to steal turns and keep it going. And he can continue to do so here.
I wonder if there's something about the Fujin matchup that Hayate doesn't like here against Mama Blade. Going back to Aaron Black that we haven't seen in a long time, coming in with the low crush. And this has been relentless pressure and damage. Now going to force the breakaway. This has been all Big Daddy G on an offensive rampage to start us off. The armor break, though.
Yeah, finally got down one, finding an interruption to begin all this pressure safely there with the Acid Pour. But back to this range game. And certainly with Scud Shot, he can do things to control her grounded projectile. But when it comes to that satellite falling from the sky, nah, there's no Scud's going to stop that.
Round 1 going to Big Daddy G, going to force the movement with the Acid, but nice patience by Big Daddy G not to make another movement there and eat that potential jump in. The interruption as well stops the offense there. Hayate finds himself in the corner once again, and it's about to be 50-50 down. Population Hayate, nope, keeps it safe.
Ooh, we even called out the timing where there's going to be down one. Finally, Hayate with the big guess gets out of there. Big guess from Daddy G for go for the grab there as well. As we have this ranged game again, and I think that seems like what Hayate wants to be doing here, but it hasn't really worked out. Attack as well. Big Daddy G's offense is looking good, and D too.
What an anti-air. Max distance down 3 from Hayate. The call by Big Daddy G. No crushing blow, though. Is reset here. We haven't seen this Aaron Black from Hayate since, I think, Season 1, if I can be honest with you, David. And he was about to bet it all into Fatal Blow, and it's going to cost him the round.
Okay, so once Hayate was able to get back out to that middle of the stage, he looked a lot better. He was able to control things. Starting it out by just trying it out with the Acid Pour. No big deal on block. Here he is. Pressure in the corner on hit.
we haven't seen a lot of Aaron, I feel like, as well, and that is just a disgusting move if you really want to dig deeper into it, David. Safe on block, takes away gaps, breaks armor, and I'll watch your dome with the rifle butt. And Hayate has turned this entire thing around, tried to keep him in the corner, and again safely, and he's about to pay the iron price for it. Oh, if only he committed.
Didn't want to bet, yeah. But here he is with the low hit confirmed. Big Daddy G's gonna take off a few hundred on this one, and then into one mix-up, honestly. One mix-up here, potentially. Instead, so it's Hayate getting over to the other side and finding the combo for the solution. And game number one. A lot of that game, in my opinion, a lot of that game was controlled by Big Daddy G. But Hayate had it anyway.
That came down to just a big jump from Hayate there in the corner that luckily didn't get sniped by that stand one that Big Daddy G did. I feel like Big Daddy G made the right read. It was just a little late with that stand one, right? He had already gotten over it, and that's all it came down to. I wouldn't feel bad if you're Big Daddy G. The game plan was working. You were talking about he was in control of the pace of the match the entire time, right? Like Hayate was the one that was scrambling for his life. Luckily, one of those scrambles ended up being the winning read. We'll see if that continues here as we move forward. But Hayate, this Aaron Black, looking pretty good since we haven't seen it in a long time. Once he got on offense and was out of the corner, things were looking pretty good.
And not even just offense, but when he was able to kind of control that mid-range, control that middle of the stage, that was definitely stronger as well.
You see his use of the acid forcing the movement by Big Daddy. We saw some really crucial anti-airs with stand 2 and with down 3 leading to full combos. And you see that Big Daddy's not really ready for this Aaron offense that utilizes that, I don't even know what it's called, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's the back forward one that you see with the armor break that pours the acid on. That thing is just a game changer. Look, that takes away the gap. It does some massive damage.
Yeah, 100%. 210 just like that.
I want to say that's -7 with some pushback too, and that's about where Aaron Black wants to be at down 3, down 4 range, where he's going to annoy you to death with the pokes.
Right back into it, though. Spent those 2 bars to get out of that situation, but found himself immediately into it again. Big delay from Hayate. Trying to start offense here is Big Daddy G. Oh, catch it! But not quite there for the rest.
That's for his life right here. The patience and wow, the tackle. In the right read, even if you'd overcommitted to the gunshot right there. These boys are just keeping it safe right now. I'm expecting one big risk from Big Daddy right here. What's it gonna be, the 50-50? No! Hayate gave him the opportunity to swing too, and he didn't take it. He put a lot of respect. Oh, off on the jump in right there. Big Daddy G, if you'd have done a 50-50 off that jump in, maybe a different story. But I think that he gave Hayate a lot of respect right there because the jump in was so high, right, David? Where it could have been really negative on the block.
A rare wake-up attack from Hayate, putting his opponent back into the acid. Big Daddy G trying to find something a little micro tougher, maybe just too far away was Hayate. And now he's gonna get a little bit of pressure here. He's quite light when it comes to pressure. That has not been the major thing for him.
Oh boy, that's just get double acided. That's not even a word.
Pour, acid on the ground. Acidified. Hayate just, and even here when he's bringing in chip damage, it's really mounting up. Down 1 to interrupt it yet again. There's been a lot of little mind games back and forth on that. Trying to get out of this. Back 1 start. Hayate just patient. Just absolutely willing to block.
Oh.
Finding a moment with the down pour. And wow. That one was definitely better controlled by Hayate.
Yeah, he was in control of the pace of that match. And again, forcing the mobility out of Big Daddy. Even more detrimental with the health leads. Big Daddy hasn't really answered back with what I thought he might there, which would be, being a little more aggressive with his offense. It looks like he's still trying to keep things really safe, and I feel like he's playing into Hayate's hands right now. Hayate has a universal, I would say, going back a couple of years. When you let Hayate breathe, he's an issue. So I would say for Big Daddy, you might need to get even more offensive here and start to believe in some of these mix-ups and just let it rip. You're down 0-2. See what happens here.
It's true. We haven't really seen too much in the way of like dedicated overhead low, just straight up guess mix-ups. I think he did try that a couple of times, but Hayate was there for the interruption or hit him before the back one even connected.
Yeah, getting back one out is going to be a problem. Every button that every poke that Aaron Black's going to put out is going to be a low profiling menace to society. Even that stand 1, that was they really are though. Down 3 and down 4. Can we be serious?
Hey,
there we go.
Okay, the 2 bars are gone. The next hit can be big damage. If he finds his way in. Oh, maybe something? No, not quite there. Not on the whip punish, not in time. And even that trade, Hayate's got more life. He can afford that better. This is the stage control. This is the screen control that we were talking about in kind of game number 1 and 2. Almost there, but look, it's fine.
And those, you know, that everything you just saw with that acid, with the jump, with the anti-air, that's been set up since round number 1 or round number 2 of this entire match. Oh no, pressing after the down 4. This is going to give Hayate even more room to breathe, and he was probably going to do a block string into the acid to try to pour the final nail on the Big Daddy G's coffin here on the winner's side. But he's been setting up that acid and looking to react since the beginning, and it's starting to work out even more so.
Well, here comes Big Daddy G. Not out of it quite yet. Ooh, he goes back to the mid-range voluntarily. The overhead. And then back to range is Hayate. He's so comfortable with that position. The huge reach from Sonya. Ooh, pressing a lot of buttons. There's Hayate. He's been right on that a lot, to be fair.
Yes, he's been right on an awful lot of staggers. Nice jump. Gets the big punish here. No breakaway for Hayate. Look at that damage. Mama Blade can still do 370 1-bar jump in. That's still some great stuff. Tries to come up with the forward 4. Maybe chip out the close. Big Daddy G's on the board. A little bit of breathing room here. He has a good position too, where one big read puts Hayate in the corner. That would be the only thing. That would be the only thing on my mind here.
Definitely making his way towards that. Yeah, and it's fully there now. Trying to outback what? Exactly the interaction that we talked about as Hayate got there first, starting the offense for himself.
I don't think that's Sonya Blade.
Damage, chip.
Oh no.
Hit again.
Oh no, because of the acid. That is the crushing blow requirement as long as the acid is down, and even I think we may have forgotten that in the moment, right?
We gotta see these big mixes now for Big Daddy G. Yes, he understands. Trying to find these opportunities though. I mean, starting with a high, it's not gonna be easy.
Oh,
try it again. Hayate's there.
The mind games right there are incredible. Whether or not what that came down to, you saw how much Big Daddy G had to respect down 4 and try to play around it. That entire offensive sequence, right? He was like, okay, he's just gonna wrestle down 4 because it's free, because he can, because it's Aaron Black. And saw him try to make the reads with the 4-3 a couple of times. Some of them worked out, some of them didn't. But every time he didn't read it, he tried to back 1 or something, and it got down 4 to Oblivion and back. And he was just wrong, I feel like, in more instances than not, in that pressure, right? But good on Hayate to kind of abuse that in the matchup, where that is something that bothers her a lot.
Yeah, it was obviously well calculated. He picked this character specifically. We talked about before. This is the character that he used a lot when the game was newer, but I think we kind of expected Fujin to come out instead. So the Aaron pick was definitely well targeted here, not just for the sort of stage control stuff we were talking about, ability to nullify her rings, but also blow up her pressure, kind of blow up her mid-range, her footsies. It's harder to get going, as you could see. Big Daddy G, you know, I asked him how he felt coming into this. He just said, I'm feeling confident. I'm going to just try my best. Just happy to be here and going to try my best, especially for the other Sonya players out there. Again, he won NA East in week number 5. So he's coming into this 9th in points overall in a good position. He'll certainly make, well, at least right now, should make the top 16, right?
Yeah. I want to give him a big shout out too. You asked before we went live some of these players' favorite fast food joints. And I think that both of us are on team Big Daddy G over here who said Cookout. And if you aren't from the East Coast or if you haven't visited and gotten to try Cookout, it's not one of the most known about things, but a god tier fast food chain. So shout out to Big Daddy G and Insane Cookout, because I bad respect.
Yeah, you from Virginia. I've lived in DC for a while. I have a bunch of family in North Carolina. I've been to Cookout a bunch. I like it. We'll talk about the other players' picks when they come up, but yeah, I'm definitely on Team Cookout.
100%, 100%.
All right, well, let's remind you what we're doing. Again, each of these weeks, and there are 8 of them, players get points. They're battling to try to get into the finals week for each of these various regions. What you see right now is we're in the middle, North America East. Later on today, we'll have North America West. The top 16 for those 2 regions will advance to the regional finals. As you can see in the other regions, there will be the top 8 who advances to each one of those. Currently week regions? 7, so look, only a couple more chances to make points. In fact, for most players, all but 8, there's only one more chance. Yeah, that's going to be week number 8 next time.
One more chance. And again, the points are looking pretty crazy there. Outside of top 16, it gets to within about 40 points here, 5 points there, 20 points here. So one big week number 8 could be, I mean, if you win the final week, you're in, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair to say.
Just imagine who might get knocked out of the top 16 because of that. Because look who's sitting just outside of that top 16 or right on it. Perfect Legend, Dragon, Sonic Fox, Aztec. I mean, that's who's not even in.
Right.
Fighting to potentially get in.
It's going to be a close one.
Will one of them have a big potential final week, or will they even play in the final week? I mean, there's a lot of storylines that can be crafted going into week 8, which is going to be fun.
Exactly right, but we still got to decide this one, and I guess we're going to be jumping down to the losers side of things, where we will have Abyss and Biohazard. Biohazard's pick was A and W. All right, now I know the man's up there in Canada. I know it's a little bit of a different situation. Boy, I feel like there could have been some better picks in my opinion, but that's what he came out with. He says, as long as I'm playing solid, I think my overall chances are good. Hope everyone enjoys the hype matches. Win or lose, the matches are usually pretty entertaining, which I obviously highly agree with. Kay knows what to expect maybe, but, I have seen him a lot playing Cabal. He's been talking up Cabal. He's been playing Cabal quite a bit as well. I'm curious to see whether that might be something we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah. Abyss has been on a tear as well, getting a victory over Aztec to get this top 8, and that's a really big victory. Both of them, again, Aztec right outside the top 16, Abyss just inside the top 16. And those two have probably had a little bit of a rivalry in online tournaments for a while here. Those two have been two of the biggest grinders. Even getting a victory over Jet Ring, who we saw make a couple of really big runs. He's on a tear. Biohazard having to defeat his brother in order to make this top 8. That matchup finally did happen. They've avoided it like quite a few times here in the Pro Kompetition, but not this week, unfortunately. Biohazard ends up taking it and is... both of them sitting pretty in points, though. So you never know what could happen down the road. Biohazard here getting the upper hand. Has to face Abyss. It could be... I don't expect anything except for Kano here out of Biohazard. What he... what the Kano community has put together in the past couple of months with a couple of different tools, right? With the pull in particular has been pretty scary. Out here playing what seems to be a different game entirely with that particular combination. So I want to see Biohazard go crazy here. I want to see that all the time. He happens to be one of my favorite people to watch competitively. It's because he picks characters that explode people's health bars. It's what I paid to see. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want to see here. Health bars explode. Abyss, on the other hand, a lot more conservative in his approach. Likes the slower pace of Noob Saibot. He's been experimenting with Fujin a little bit, but again, even his Fujin is a lot more reserved than I would say other Fujins. Not as crazy with the mobility usage. Likes to kind of keep away, space with the back one. We'll see how this one goes, because I don't think that playing reserved and laid back is how you beat Biohazard, because it's really hard to control him from getting in on you and mixing nothing.
Yeah, Biohazard goes fast, and you know that I'm not going to disagree with you when it comes to whether I like watching Biohazard as a fellow grappler fan. He's the guy who I like to watch most, no doubt about it. I'll try not to be too much in his favor with her. Well, I don't know. We'll see if I make that happen. But I definitely do enjoy that. No, I mean, for sure, when it comes to which character, if everything's down, which one should he go with? Yeah, probably Kano. But he did mention maybe Cabal. And like I said, I have seen him playing Cabal lately. So
wait a second.
We'll see.
Biohazard without a command grab is kind of weird, though. Like, I don't know how he does offense without it.
I mean, I watched his Cabal, and he looks super sick, and he thinks the character's super strong. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. As we're waiting here, we can just maybe go back to the bracket and remind you all about what we are going to be seeing. We just saw the winners semis on the top side. We will have Tweedy versus Deadly Rebel. Now, there are two players who are not so far away in points. Tweedy's in 6th, and this man has only even entered it the last couple of weeks, where he's gotten 2nd place and 2nd place. So he's coming into this on a pretty hot tear. And you got Deadly Rebel, who is 12th in points overall. He's been 5th, he's been 7th, never quite had that grand finals march. But what he thinks, though, is that, one more win, and I can probably solidify my spot in the top 16. Yeah. I think he's probably right about that.
And he's someone that I don't know. I have to ask a lot of these players, but I feel like he's one of those guys that no one wants to see in their path in these brackets, because he has been on the cusp of so many upsets over the past year and a half. I would say straight, whether it be online or offline, he's always in the mix. He's always right there. If he does lose, I feel like it's in a game 5 every single time against one of these top players. Like, he can do it. He just needs a great run, and maybe in those moments, that could be something that needs to be worked on moving forward, is just, getting a little better in those clutch moments. But he's always been there on the cusp of making top 8s, of getting massive victories, offline and online. And you can see that the consistency outside of that is why he's here. Because being consistent is how you get the points over the entire series and get here. Even though he's not made every top 8, he's always in the mix, and that's Deadly Rebel. He's a fighter.
And you can watch him or check out his stuff on social media at DeadlyXRebel. By the way, we're talking about Cookout, this man's favorite Cookout as well.
Woo!
Nice work. Nice work.
Let's go. Let's go.
Tweedy's is Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. Give me your opinion, Mr. Aquaman. Give me your opinion on Jack in the Box. It sounds like it's not going to be a nice one. You're starting out real slowly.
I'm not going to say bad things about it, but would I put it on the apex of fast food? I wouldn't, personally. It has a big menu. I'll say that.
True.
I mean, if you want variety, if that's one of your factors, absolutely, it's up there.
I feel like every time I've ordered a water from Jack in the Box, it's come greasy. It's not my favorite place. Zentai's is Zaxby's.
I've only had it once. I actually don't have much experience with Jack in the Box.
Really? Okay.
I can't really say, yeah.
All right. We got Zaxby's from Zentai.
Ooh, I mean, that's a solid choice. I can't hold that against that. Zaxby's is pretty dang good. And again, another one that has just great variety in their menu. Of course, the classic chicken fingers, sauce, bread. Can't go wrong with that. But they've got so much more on the menu that kind of separates them from some of the other chains maybe that we might see on this list. Go ahead and get to Gur and we'll talk about it.
Yes, right. Yeah. Well, we're just to let y'all know, we are waiting for the players to get into the match. We're having a little bit of difficulty getting some of that going. We'll get into the match as soon as we can, that's for sure. As for Gur's favorite is Raising Cane's.
Yes, So the reason why I bring that up is because Raising Cane's and Zaxby's are two similar chains from different areas of the states that might have a little bit of rivalry just because they are really similar. Chicken fingers, bread, French fries, and sauce. Kind of the same thing, but I'm also on Team Cane's here. I 100% agree with Gur. I put Cookout a little bit above it, but Cane's would be right there on my list as well.
I definitely got Cookout above it. Yeah. I mean, nobody on the East Coast has the ones that I would even mention, so I can't be mad at any of them for not bringing them up. But among the ones that are on the East Coast, Cookout.
If you guys have ever had Cookout, I don't think that their combo platter can be beat by anyone ever. It's like $5. You get a burger that tastes like it came off of a grill at like a cookout, hence the name, and fries and 2 sides. Well, it's like 2 sides and a drink for like $5, and it's massive. It's like, if a stick were here, he'd say, I can't beat that.
I see some people talking about Five Guys. Five Guys is good, but as somebody who, again, I lived in DC. I lived in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area for a while. I was there when Five Guys was starting up, all right? I was there for early Five Guys, for non-national chain Five Guys. It was fantastic. It was great. Loved going there, went there all the time. When that place went national, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it is not up to the quality of where it was before, and my mind just can't get over the difference between the two. Like, I'm stuck in the past where Five Guys was ridiculous, and now it's pretty good, but it's like, it's not the same. It's a show.
Yeah, I don't find myself going out of my way as much for Five Guys as I used to. If I want a whole bag of French fries, you already know where I am. Five Guys, baby. But we are setting up the matches, guys. That's why we're going off on a rant. But that's also why we like to kind of get into the brains of some of these players. Before we go live, Ultra David likes to give us some juicy details from the players, not just favorite fast food, but some other things as well. They have really nice things to say about themselves, about the competitors, kind of overall thoughts on the entire tournament. We got Deadly Rebel saying that he's just representing the goons this week. Shouts to the goons out there. The art piece that they had made is godlike with all 50,000 of their members. How many goons are there? Chat, how many goons are there? I have no idea. Can I get an exact number? Does it change all the time? I don't know.
Man.
Well, shout outs to the goons in the chat. I see you guys.
Yeah, I don't know the rules.
Chris says, hope everyone's staying safe and doing well. Handshakes to everyone in the event today. Good guy, Gur.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. That sounds like a Gur thing to say. For sure. He also says, despite being in the lower bracket, I feel like I have a pretty good chance of making it far and getting as many points as I can. Again, he's in 16th when it comes to points overall. And I think a little bit unexpectedly for Gur, this is a guy who's been entering the events on an almost weekly basis. I don't know if it's been every time, but I've seen his name in the bracket several times. And he has been 7th and he's been 5th, but actually not above that and not more than that. And I think that seems, it's just, if anything, is a sign of how strong this region is, that even a player like Gur is not going to be in that top 8 every time, not going to be up in the top amount of points every time. So at 16th, that is the number you need to be at minimum to make it into the final week. 16 players make it in, but he's not going to be comfortable feeling there. And so here he is trying to do even better than that.
100%. It looks like we might be going to that match as well. We had issues with a couple matches, guys, but we are getting potentially Zentai versus Gur. It looks like both players are here to play their match. And Zentai, one of those guys, had a really good bracket in order to get in here, it looks like, and has been known to cause a lot of upsets as well. You know, very similar to the Deadly Rebel path that I talked about earlier over the past year. Zentai has been right there as well. He, I think, got his first online tournament victory, like winning a tournament. He's made multiple top 8s himself, and has been one of the guys that, if you want to put a couple people up on a pedestal that say, you know, have grinded the community events and it's transferred over to a massive official event like this, look at guys like that, because that's exactly how they got here. Just putting the work in outside of it in the community events and watching it transfer over here with that experience.
Yeah, Zentai says, I definitely have a tough path since Gur is a very strong opponent, but I will give it my all for the Shang gang. He also says, thank you everyone for the support. Shout outs to the Island clan, best clan out there. So this is what we expected. Shang and Geras here. No big surprise. The Geras that Gur loves to play. Shifting Sands, Quicksand, Sand Simulacrum.
But I have to say it. Where has Shifting Sands been? I never see it from anyone that picks it, David.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I know what you mean. It's not something that they are using all the time. And in this matchup, well,
I was gonna say, in this matchup, it's a move that doesn't help when characters have really good advancing normals. So Shang can just forward 3 or forward 4, right, or something like that, which is really strong. But I think that, you know, both him and Tweedy and a couple others that utilize it and don't utilize it, it's just to kind of keep their game plan maybe more 1 or 2 dimensional. That simple but effective tactic, right, of not having to worry about something extra because everything else works.
Well, certainly Gur's already doing the work.
Working just fine.
Yeah, he's already exactly where he wants to be, harassing here. He's got the hit confirm. He's going to make it count. Zentai, yeah, not even going to bother getting out of that combo. Already so much damage taken.
And another mid-command. This is the most I've seen Gur abuse mid-command grab early on, and put me on the McDonald's dollar menu because I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's very interesting because you're right. A lot of the time, Gur won't have that super command grab heavy style, at least at the beginning of things. I wonder if there's just a little bit more info here. Wow, again, right back to the well.
I remember the last time I commentated one of Gur's matches, I said it a lot. I'm like, man, he really should command grab more. Just looking at how he plays was maybe too safe, right? And I'm like, and everyone complains about mid-command grabs, and his is disgusting. Advancing, takes you to the corner, and look at where we've been the entire time. In the corner, baby. And he's using Shifting Sands. This is a different Gur. This might be someone else, David.
You've been talking about Shifting Stance, and here it is actually doing a lot of work as he tried to jump out. Oh, okay, well, you got the range on that, I guess, but beware in a few seconds.
Oh, boy, every right read.
Yeah. No, it could have actually been for the kill.
That was like a guaranteed command grab. That was kind of gross. But you're right, could have gotten up, made a read that he was going to come out of the shift. Right. I think it was on Gur's mind at the time, but he's in a wonderful position here. And Zentai hasn't really gotten to play any of the game yet. I felt like 90% of that was in the corner. He finally was able to breathe right there. And just like most people that try to advance in on Geras, they meet the active frames of a 4-3. And the rest, as they say, is history.
I get why he would want to advance right there. He's expecting Gur to continue to back off. Oftentimes when we see Gur play, it is that kind of style. This was a more offensive take than we often see from Gur. Right? I mean, he'll oftentimes back off. He'll be harassing with Sand Trap. He'll have the statue out. Sometimes he'll teleport around. It's a very run-heavy style. He's playing the Atom, right, from Injustice. But this one was certainly much more forward focused. And then at the end, again, with the read of trying to move forward, it was exactly the right time and exactly the right call. So back to Shang. Is Zentai here?
Has been a Shang main for a long time, I believe, since the character came out. Was more known as a zoning Shang than anything. But I'm seeing some up close and personal brought to the table here with force lift and super kick.
Yeah, it's not a character that you can just zone out in the same way that you might against others. He's got things like Sand Trap, he's got Teleport.
And if Gur's being a little more aggressive here, David, with the command grab, that turns... Oh man, I'm actually curious why he wouldn't want to bring the other Sand Trap as well, though, versus the Shifting Sands. But now that he's using Shifting Sands, I don't really get to say that, because now that he's using it, that makes command grab so much scarier, and almost like you would bring the other Sand Trap to close the gap. He's kind of doing the same thing, just with a different move.
Yeah, I feel like he's just constantly... Oh, he's never let go of Zentai.
Oh, he does have it, okay. See, that closes the gap, and that takes away the zoning, and it puts you at mid-command grab range. This is Gur using scarier tools, and I haven't seen this in a long time, if I could be honest with you, David. That's why I'm so surprised here, because he has been stubbornly less command grabby in the past.
Well, he's definitely making up for that right now as he continues to harass here in the corner.
Been super effective here since I need something. Whew.
Even ready for the throw tech?
Oh boy, and now the tick throws come. He can tick throw off forward 2, stand 1, stand 2, down 1, down 4, down 3 maybe. Oh boy.
And not finishing on purpose to try to maintain the corner. It's just everything's working out for Gur. Zentai, no, without the hit confirm as well. Gur, come on.
Oh no, right when you thought you had some momentum, you're like, okay, this jump in's gonna lead to, at worst, I get some pressure, I get to do like a 1-1 mix-up, and he flawless blocked me, never mind.
Shifting Sands
away
is
so much.
definitely doing work. And what's cool too is that we see Gur sometimes putting down the Sand Trap in front of it, expecting something like 4-3, 4-4 to try to catch that as his opponent moves out of it. So he's really trying to cover all sorts of different options here, and Zentai is in big trouble.
Watch the net, game 2, going to Gur. And putting out just a minefield for Zentai to work with at full screen, and then a complete guessing game up close. He has made it a complete guessing game off every poke, off of every forward 2, every stand 1, or off of nothing to try to get you to jump, get you make a hard read on command grab. Gur is utilizing that so well in the up close game, and then full screen, you see him go back to what we know Gur for, right? Is that methodical space thinking, galaxy brain, use of the space in front of him with those specials to put out something that makes the opponent have to think about it, and then Gur tries to be ahead of you in your own thought in that moment. We call that big brain.
It's a real slow slog for Zentai as he goes through his character. I would be surprised to see a different one, but he is taking a little bit of time here to at least think about how he can approach it differently. I feel like it's been everything that Gur has wanted to do has worked out. It's been Gur on offense, yes. It's been Gur controlling the stage, yes. It's been Gur just a couple of times, not many, having the right call on defense, right? It hasn't even come up that much, but he did have like flawless block on a jump in. Like, he's been ready for everything so far.
It's looked kind of scary too. It's scary how ready Gur has looked for this particular matchup, because it looks like Shang has not played MK11 in the past 10 minutes. You know, can't put out a projectile if it trades with Sand Trap. It's like a worst case scenario. Gap is closed and he's at mid command grab range immediately, just for you doing the thing that Shang is known for, right? And so you're like, okay, what do I do now? And then he tries to go in with the grounded movement. Gur's already got that covered with the active frames of something being out there, or make an aggressive read himself. He's been really good at doing that. Zentai just needs to get some kind of health lead, I feel like, to get going. These first couple of moments are going to be huge. If Zentai can get the hit, put the pressure on him, maybe he can turn this thing around. But he's already let Gur breathe a little bit, and a huge input error there. He closed the gap, got the hit, and then accidentally went to rebuild the space full screen. I don't think that was an intentional interactable.
Well, at least with the throw tech, maybe a chance at the beginning. Getting a little bit of problem here. Maybe there. No, not even there. Gur's so ready for everything.
Even on the jump-ins, even there, Fall's blocking the down one. If Gur would up 2 that, I would have cried on the inside. And outside. The 4-3, and there you go. More hit advantage that you're in respect of. Mid command grab. Always going to be a constant threat. Stood at the last second. This closes the gap again. Watch your neck.
Not quite there, a little bit too far. Again? He has
and
not
here we go to the
had
corner.
a clean jump in, even on block.
Gur has just taken away everything, I feel like. And if you'd have placed that jam trap a little closer, that would have been disgusting. There's a jump kick. Now things could happen. Oh no, Gur with a big whiff, but Zentai too much recovery on the jump kick, and the instant jump one from Gur gives him a match point here. Whether it be on the ground, whether it be through the air, Gur looks ready with the buttons.
And Zentai is struggling to get something going. Even there, as Gur backs off slightly outside of the jumping range. Zentai, okay, looking for the low after that was Gur.
Ooh,
he wasn't even ready for
it
it not to have been false locked. Oh my god. Okay, at least literally the first hit confirmed into significant damage for Zentai comes here.
I want to say it. Do you think that even Zentai was surprised that wasn't flawless blocked?
Yeah, I mean he didn't press the button afterward. Yeah, sure.
he's like, oh man, I was really tempted the devil there.
Oh, Gur dancing. And just harassing a little bit. Now this is a little bit more of a Gur style that we often expect. It's the jump early splash. The back off!
Oh, that was...
He's gonna be closer. He did get the
dirty.
KB! Oh, 300 just like that.
He safely staggered into a backdash and just assumed that you'd be grounded, and there's the advancing mid-command grab and the brutal. Gur, with, I would say, the most aggressive play I've seen from him in a very long time. Since, I would say, the early pre-patch Geras. Before he made the switch to Eternal. This is the most aggressive I have seen him since then, which is a really good sign to me as we approach the finale, because like you talked about, he didn't have the results that a lot of us were kind of used to. You know, if we didn't see Gur in like top 4 of this thing, we'd be like, oh, that's a little bit of a surprise. And I think that he has kind of seen that too. And that's why we're seeing him try something a little bit different here.
Zentai is very good. He's a very good player, but boy, that was just a complete blow up by Gur, and it was really just in everything. And I think a great example of that was at the very end, where Zentai was just struggling around for something to get going. He jumped, and then he just blocked right at the end, and Gur got the command grab yet again. Because even at that range, I mean, that's a range where Geras has great options. He jumped into that range. He was then like, uh-oh, I'm in a bad spot. Well, maybe it's a mid command grab. He just had no idea. Had no idea. And Gur, in all those instances, was exactly correct.
In like every moment that you respect the mid, right, or anything like that, it's command grab that comes, and you're just like, oh my goodness, here we go again. Now we're in the corner. Have a nice day. Before we get into the next match, looks like we're going to jump up into Tweedy versus Deadly Rebel up next. Want to give a quick shout outs to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Kompetition. All of the caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Go visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products. Go check them out, guys.
Okay, cool. So we should be headed back up to Deadly Rebel versus Tweedy, a match that we talked about a little bit before. Tweedy's coming into this very, very hot. I mean, he beat Gur, player who we just saw look so strong, to make it into the top 8. So, you know, he's having another week here of strong play. Again, he's only entered this thing a few times, but his record so far is second place, and now he's at least 5th. That's what you at least are if you start a top 8 in the winner's side. And you got to think that that's going to make his point situation real strong for himself. Yep. Just having made the top 8, he can probably feel pretty secure.
For sure. Just soaking up those points. And this is going to be a fun matchup here. You're going to see a completely different Geras. Tweedy is not going to be using the mid command grab. Loves that choke because he loves doing damage. Damage is the name of the game here for Tweedy. If you want to see how to do an optimal Geras combo, just watch Tweedy in competitive play, because he'll find it. If there's damage out there, he's looking for it. He's a private investigator, and he'll find it. That's for dang sure. And for Deadly Rebel, gonna be rocking what I hope is the Collector. I know that he has a few different characters up his sleeve. He's always been known as really one of the collectors. Competitively, he's always used the more obscure collectors. You know, he was all about spare change back in the day, with the weird frame traps that no one knows about yet. I'm sure most of you don't know about them yet, but if he picks it, y'all are gonna learn. He likes using the damage over times, the vial tosses, having the command grab, but we'll see what he brings to the table here. I don't know how he feels about Geras here, who's always going to be, and now we know. Now, he doesn't have to worry about a lot in the matchup, because normally the floor is lava because of sand traps, etc. Not going to matter here. And this could be another player, like you mentioned with Biohazard earlier. We're seeing Cabal on the up, and there's no pun intended with that.
Yeah, totally. Cabal's such a strong character. I think that's something that's becoming increasingly obvious. Well, it really has been obvious for quite some time at this point. That Psych Ass gives him that mobility, the big damage output that it has, the big tricks, the mix-ups that come with it. Definitely very good. So once again, it's not going to be the Collector. We've seen Frost from him in the past in these MKPKs. We now see Cabal. Tweedy, no surprise.
Yeah, and Tweedy, I know for certain has a lot of matchup experience against Cabal in particular. I see him and Kerbo duke it out regularly, and he's been looking really clean in their matchup lately, but we'll see if Deadly Rebel can do something a little bit different here. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Tweedy has definitely been really strong in that. Okay, we'll talk about that in a sec, as Deadly Rebels found it, not for long. Oh, just it buffered it in!
I think it was a misspace by, maybe a misspace by Tweedy, thinking that he'd be outside of, oh my goodness! Speaking of going back in time here, you see the gears up too, and he believes in this round. That's a huge health deficit.
If he gets the right combo right here, it's over.
Uh-oh.
And Deadly Rebel knows that, head's blocking it out. Next hit for sure as well. Such safety. Oh, it wasn't enough.
No, wait. I'm
I'm
watching it back on Twitch right now. It hit as it was like a frame from hitting him in the armor.
Was it actually that he was already in the animation? I'm looking back at it too. What happened? Was he already in the beginning of the cinematic?
He got Hoover vacuum sucked from half screen when that buzzsaw was about to hit.
Oh no, he did. He did take a little bit of damage. He did. Okay,
he did?
wow.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna say, whoa.
Whew. Anyway, back to the actual live match. That was wild though. As Tweedy is tossing his opponent around.
And Tweedy, after, let's call it what it is, absolutely robbing him there at the end of the round, what looked like with the last frame, is just running away with this momentum-wise. No breakaway. Deadly Rebel knows that the sand trap's going to come. Get the guaranteed damage. He's going to guess for his life right here. Got the explosive damage loaded. Let's see if he can access it.
Tweedy playing very safely, allowing that in. Forward 3 is always a big key. There it is again! Chip is a big problem. Oh, actually landed on it. That was hilarious. So Tweedy ends up taking it. Yeah, we're talking about this earlier, but having now seen Tweedy versus several Cabal players, for sure Kerbo, right, very strong player, his use of things like forward 3, instant jump 1, just backdashing, or just straight up like knowing when he doesn't need to contend, those always make it look to me like he's able to solve that air approach better than almost anybody, with a character who, I mean, has the tools clearly, but doesn't have like the dedicated, here's like my dedicated anti-air special, or whatever it is. He nevertheless makes that work out very strongly for him.
Yeah, he uses the tools that the character has, alongside just the natural talent that Tweedy has for these games. And he, I've seen him sit there and just block this Cabal pressure for like 20 seconds straight. Swings with 1, 4, 3, and the match is over. So like he's got the patience down. He knows when and where to look. Let's see if Deadly Rebel can do anything to break this kind of hold that he has on the Cabal pressure. He had his moments where he didn't commit. Maybe could have gotten some hits where the raw buzzsaw was connecting, where he just, I don't know. I didn't feel like he was committing as much maybe in that game 1. Okay, a little something different.
Yeah, we didn't see that before. So he's definitely thinking in his head about how to change. God. Oh, punish. Yeah, that's a big problem. He got away with that in game number 1 out here.
He did. Deadly Rebel thinking there that everyone on Wake Up's, Cabal's one of the few characters, both these characters actually, you have to respect so many mids, and that's where those throws open up. Got great 1-1-1s between them as well. These two actually have really similar pressure now I think about it, David. Oh, the clothesline. Tweedy loves this knockdown in particular. Decides to do nothing. Look at that, it's the patience. Okay, a little bit of patience. This slight offense almost burned him.
Oh, here we go.
Down 2 again.
No cancel. Deadly Rebel harassing a little bit on the way in. What else would it be but the forward 3?
We talked about it. What an answer. Okay. Different pressure there by Deadly Rebel. A lot of people assume that pressure's gone after the 1-1's complete. Lets out the gas again, and if he moves forward a little bit, he can heal. Although it's not really going to matter. And there we go, soak it up. Oh,
yeah, basically the question now is, are you going to die from the fatal blow?
Oh, no.
Or this, here we go. The pressure begins from Tweedy. A little, oh my god, check the movement, Deadly Rebel stuck.
That might have been, do you think that reversal hook grab might snipe that on block? I don't know if that's 100% safe or not. Because there are a lot of characters that struggle with punishing that. That's kind of a free check for Gears when he knocks you down. Is that down 4 sand trap? No
a lot of
false
down
blocks.
ones trying to steal a turn here. Finally got one with Deadly Rebel. He's been really struggling to get anything going, anything significant.
Oh my!
Tweedy not quite there. Well, again, you can see the utility of forward 3. It's been huge.
Yeah, just look at the hitbox on it. Snipes you out of the air. All right, we're gonna go to the corner. Tweedy on offense. Ah! Thought he was gonna do the 1-1-1. Not today. Another throw. Coming again. Decides to come off of it, and Deadly Rebels had enough. The side switch. Let's see if he can open up Pandora's box of damage here. No defensive bar, and okay, where was defensive bar? Broken immediately, but that's not one of the biggest damage dealing, crushing blows in this game whatsoever. The combo might do more, if I'm being honest with you. He's got to start here, and there's that instant jump 1 that you talked about. Tweedy showing off the Injustice player on the inside, and it's perfect for the matchup for a lot of these aerial characters. You know, on paper, quick startup active frames are what's going to win in those situations a lot of the time. And so that's why you see him go for that read in particular, because if Cabal's in the air, if he's moving forward, if he's moving somewhere, and you put out something quicker and faster, just for him to run into, that's where he's getting those air-to-airs at. And I'm liking those reads. And he uses them very, I don't know, situationally too. It's not all the time. I think that he just has that defensive mindset to wait it out, and then look for the big read, and not just rely on only making those hard reads, right? It has a good mix, the Tweedy's game plan.
So back in NA4, when Deadly Rebel was in the top 8 as well, he tried Frost once, he tried Frost twice, and then he did go back to the Collector. And that actually didn't work out either, but he did switch, and he went to the character that I think many of us thought he was going to bring in the first place. Now, maybe thinking about Kano, but, I mean, does seem to be strongly considering at least not playing Cabal anymore. It's pretty cool looking Kano.
Hey, that.
Oh, okay.
It was a nice mustache. Oh man,
Cabal.
he was rocking the movie duo here today. Let's go. All right, game number 3. This has been all Tweedy so far. That Cabal offense has not looked as deadly as we're used to seeing it. He just hasn't gotten the hits. Tweedy's defense has been immaculate. The reads have shut down the advancements in the air, on the ground with 4-3 both, really.
Tweedy has done a great job of being outside of that range, or being at... Oh. What the... Come on, the exact time he finally does a sand trap, 10-15 seconds into the round, he was right? He just happened to call it out at exactly the right moment?
Another
Punish
one.
there,
And
that's...
all Tweedy has done is move back, and he finally changed things up. Didn't need too much for that read, though. He goes backing up.
Well, I think you're seeing some uncomfortability on Deadly Rebel's side. Kind of where to be throwing those saws. Oh, looking for the flawless block up through.
I think for Rebel, he's like, man, how do I hit him right now? Oh, and every time he goes to the air, almost every time he goes to the air, something's meeting him.
Yeah, and that's what you want to be doing as this character with that slight gas. You want to be up in the sky. You want to be harassing, finding big damage from up there, and that has just almost not happened.
There's a big hit. No defensive bar for Tweedy. And this is one of the bigger damage dealing in the game, and he drops at the one opportunity in a first of 3. Oh, no. And meanwhile, on Planet Tweedy, 390 damage on the return. So damage versus damage, Deadly Rebel just hasn't been there.
Down 1? I can't believe. Look at the patience now. Yeah, absolutely willing to just block it out as there are 5 seconds left. And Cabal.
Short up. Hey, do it again.
No, he was just going to hang out. For sure, he was going to absolutely slow play it right there as Tweedy now is at match point.
Round 2.
That has to be the most unblockable thing in that situation. But he just didn't have time on his side. Meanwhile, Geras has all the time in the world. That's just lore.
Here we go. Oh, I thought that was going to be an opportunity there for Tweedy. Deadly Rebel finally with the hit confirm. Nice pickup. He's got a bar of offensive. Yep, here it comes. Tweedy backing off. I love that range that Tweedy backs off too a lot of the time before getting things going.
And you as his opponent, when he does that backdash, what he did right there at the start of the round, at the start of the match, where he was all about backdashing and then doing something, right? Where there he backdashed once and then gets aggressive, and that catches you off guard defensively. You make the read. Oh, here we go. You make the read that he's going to do a double backdash. So you press a button or you jump, and he instant air jump ones you. So many clutch callouts by Tweedy that have been working out. Now he just retook the health lead with that fatal blow. Rebel's got a fatal blow himself, and oh wow. No. One more guess.
Even Chip. Even Chip's a big problem.
Okay. He had the opportunity.
He did. Forward 3. What else would it be, Aquaman? That forward 3 there for Tweedy. Expecting his opponent to go up into the sky. He was absolutely right. We're not even gonna see the fatal.
Oh, give us the castle. Come on now.
Oh,
who doesn't want to see this? There we go. All right,
well,
here we go.
We're all friends here. There's no fatalities after all.
At the North Tower, the South Tower, and the main one. There you go. Praise the sun.
Fierce wins.
Look, Tweedy just looked fantastic. And very unusually, we've had 3-0, 3-0, and 3-0 so far in this top 8. It's very rare that that happens. You know, almost always, especially in this region, we see close match after close match. But so far, very decidedly in the favor of Hayate, and then Gur, and then Tweedy right there, who, as we said, we've seen him play versus strong Cabals before, and he has looked great, and he continues to look really, really strong in that matchup.
Yeah, that matchup in particular is just something Tweedy has down that probably a lot of other people should be taking notes from, because Cabal's been on a little bit of a tear himself lately, but Tweedy seems to have figured it out. And once more, going to give a shout outs to our presenting partner here today, Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition, presented by PS4 Tournaments. Go check out the Open Series, guys. It's a weekly competition. Go visit the competition center, compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN, and boom, you could be entered in not just the Pro Competition, but also the Open Series as well. Every single week, you can log in both on the website and in the game. Just press this button on your controller while you're in Mortal Kombat 11 on the PlayStation, and then boom, it comes up. It just happens. It's magic. I don't know how technology works. A couple satellites interlink in outer space, sending signals back down below, and you're all of a sudden in a bracket.
All of that just for you to be able to play Mortal Kombat against other people online? It's worth it.
For money.
That's true.
Cash prizes every single week.
So the last one that we have at the beginning of this top 8 for round number 1 will be these two, Abyss versus Biohazard, coming up now. Again, it's all been blow up so far. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Bio starting it out with Kano, as we thought we might see.
Noob Cybot.
And then, yeah, noob for Abyss. So not a big surprise on either side here.
Definitely what he's more known for. Can be an issue for Kano. He has projectiles that can, on a right read, shut down the approach of Kano that a lot of other zoners can't. With that up shadow, Kano, when he jumps up in the air, most Kanos are just looking to see what you're doing, if he can react to something with a Kano ball, etc. That's going to be full screen. I don't expect this to be full screen an awful lot unless Abyss does get the hits. If Biohazard closes the gap, it's going to be Mixed City, Population Abyss. Can he get out? He's got the safety of the slide. He's got the amplified teleport, and he's got the spirit ball, so he's going to be able to check him with those knives here on the ground. Really quick projectiles back and forth. He's got the safety of the slide. I like this loadout.
And for Kano, it's the loadout that we've been seeing. I feel like a lot of Kano players kind of gravitate towards over the last, month, maybe a couple of months at this point. Strong mid-range into pressure up close, and he begins. Okay, under. Oh! Just like that. We got Bio. Has the corner. This is where he wants to be. Of course, he's played a lot against noobs himself in the past.
His
own brother is one.
Yep, exactly. His brother was a Noob Saibot main for a long time. Back in Season 1. Tries the pull, and that is a punish. Bao just tried to make a huge read there. Same thing for Abyss, trying to read the breakaway. But David, have you ever seen a Noob Saibot successfully hit a breakaway with back two? I feel like that, I feel like that should be a hot topic to discuss one time.
Regaining some stage space. But Bio back has the corner. Really harassing well underneath the intended forward movement right there is Abyss. checking why not with it.
Whoa!
The second one actually
He
did the
went
trick. That
underneath.
was amazing.
If Biohazard didn't amplify that, oh my goodness! Oh, Kano meet Noob Saibot's active frames on back one. It says hello, right to the jaw. Ooh.
That anti has been there a couple of times. So Abyss absolutely looking for that approach.
And I like he's looking for the trades, and oh my goodness, that pull from downtown. I don't know if Noob Saibot has a punish.
Oh! We got Kano now in the corner. Not for long, as Abyss battles out very, very well. He's been stuck here in this bad situation quite a bit. It has the round lead. Again, the kind of funky interaction. Kano beats him into the sky.
Oh, no breakaway. There we go. I'd say he was about to eat a lot of damage. Biohazard trying to secure the round, tie us up here. Abyss. Oh, no. Just found himself in jail. Quite literally. Because he's going to be plus every single time there. Do not press a button. Biohazard in a wonderful position here more than anything.
Exactly where he wants to be. Trying it out from range? Yeah, maybe not. There, I mean, that is it. It does work super far away. Part of why he's throwing so many knives is to make that range increase as well.
Yeah, and those,
Okay.
uh-oh. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Just look at Abyss's health bar, ladies and gentlemen. Quite literally melting. That was like 30 damage.
That was so much, dude. Oh my god, so much.
Oh,
Biohazard's
my
right back
it's
in
still
there.
that damage.
Taking
Oh,
all
no.
this time.
He's burning. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Job's a job.
Oh my god. I feel like that's such a great example of how Kano wants to play with this variation. With that corner pressure, yeah, with the flames going, definitely. And then also the utility of the bio pole from that big range. Looking good. Game number 1 goes to bio. That said, look, I liked a lot of what we saw out of Abyss. I felt like, especially in the first maybe like round and a half, he was really paying attention and shutting down the air approach. He was doing a good job of that. He was also doing a good job of being in those unfortunate kind of corner situations where Kano's harassing you with plus frames and the like, at not taking a lot of damage, even still. So his defense was there throughout a good chunk of it. As the game went on, though, it kind of seemed like Bio was starting to solve that.
He also just guessed wrong quite a few too many times there in the corner. But who can blame him? You have to respect plus frames. You have to respect staggers in the plus frames. And then there's a 25-25-25 off of just, I think, his down one alone, David. I feel like, right? You never know if down one, the acid's going to come, if down one is going to come, down one command grab. So many possibilities in the spaghetti bowl that is Kano.
Well, finally, for Abyss's sake, he gets some range. Maybe not for long, though, as Biohazard threatens yet again. And right away.
It's really hard to keep Kano out, and if you can say that you've done that, I feel like you've accomplished something pretty spectacular in this game. And right when he built the space, Kano says, "Get over here with the bio pull."
So good for a character like Kano to have that. What a check. Oh, tried to walk up and get the grab, and ooh, this time it's exactly the opposite read as Abyss finds down 2, down 2. That said, still
read.
not a great spot on screen.
Yeah. Those are the kind of reads that takes it. Oh, no! Both putting out, I think, their biggest mids right there, and Kano's just a little bit faster. I'm a little worried seeing all the dot damages on Abyss's side. Okay, a little more patience this time around. He kept getting hit by those kind of down one lighters in the last game, and that's why you saw that health bar disappear.
Ooh, surely an execution error right there for Biohazard. Abyss does get out of the corner. Want a little bit more, the punish will come. Bio just waltzes in with the grab. You can see Abyss was trying to actually fight. We saw the startup of stand 1, but it wasn't quite enough.
Final round.
And look at where he finds himself in a final round situation. Here we go. And that is a disgusting kick throw. It is still, on paper, Kano's turn right there. Biohazard thought that he was going to respect it, I believe, on the down 4 whiff. Just, big input error there by Biohazard. Maybe he had a jump 1 Kano ball buffered, thinking that he would try to wake up jump. Wasn't there, and he finds himself in the corner this time around. And this is where Noob Saibot even without the teleport, can pump out some damage, but he just,
Oh my
he
God.
bullied him. He moved him 40 feet plus on block. Woo! Oh.
Open for some flawless block. And there as well. As again, Bio just harassing with the forward one string into down one. Abyss, though, does get out of it, and he's got Fatal. He can check with it.
Woo!
So Bio does not want to be obvious about throwing something right now.
Scared.
Oh!
Oh, what a beautiful reaction. He needs one more. Gets the whiff punish there. Missed space by Biohazard, or he was going to try to get away with one there of seeing if Abyss was going to respect the Amplify, but not going to matter here. Abyss with a nice swing of the down forward. He is on the board. He has survived all kinds of pressure to get here, though. I was a little bit worried when Biohazard pushed him out of the corner with the forward one string alone. He reset position like against Abyss's will. And that's scary to fight. I know every time I fight Kano, I have to change my shirt afterwards. From sweating blocking forward one, David.
Well, finally, we do not have a 3-0 in this top 8. It's at
Let's
least
go.
going to be 3-1, one way or the other. We'll see. Heading back to Kano. This is Biohazard. Surely the same. Again, that really has seemed like what Kano players have coalesced around. You still have the mix-up up close with the command grab. You have the extra sort of mid-range options. Yeah, Biopole back again. Knives matter more. You have a hit confirm into significant damage with hit confirming into Biopole. There's a lot of stuff going on. You got the chemical burn stuff in the corner, of
And then you have
course.
Chemical Burn, which adds on a different mix-up of the down one, and it makes the corner game, which is already frightening, just that much
Wow!
scarier. And what an answer.
What are we
from
doing at the
Abyss.
beginning here?
Welcome to Swingfest 2021, and it continues here. Abyss putting on another back one and just finds the market. Another one! Oh my goodness, just put the pad down, Biohazard. That was
Oh my god, he will
beautifully
not
called out
sit
by
still.
Abyss.
He will absolutely not sit still, and Biohazard does actually find some damage for himself. Yes, the confirm comes again. Those are 2 bars spent, though. Doesn't have another offensive one yet.
Definitely doable here.
Oh, if he finds the right thing. Oh. No, so important to have that as the reaction. You don't care whether Kano's going to jump with regular timing or with the Kano ball. You just shut them both down.
And there are almost no, there's less than a handful. I don't think I can count any on my hand at all of characters that can actually deal with that Kano ball like that. And that, for that to be the read, the reaction that puts Abyss in a slight lead, incredible. But his act just got blown out for half damage. And
Teleported to the ground by the shadow.
that's not fair, man. This is a 2v1.
Yeah, he's got extra dudes helping him out.
Not fair. Yeah, all Biohazard has are his knives, okay? It's just him and his knives.
Knives are doing pretty good work right now, though.
Oh my-
The range,
oh my
I'm telling you, with the knife in there. Oh, God.
That was like 3/4 screen. Big ol' range. Tried to, just tried to steal one there, did Abyss. But enough for the kill, though. So, in the day,
That was
probably didn't work
that
out.
was the threat. Biohazard understood. At some point, there might be a teleport, and Abyss was just hoping to be correct about when there was going to be a knife coming out of Kano. So we are tied. One game, one round, one round.
Unless he was able to get out of the back to the corner with that hit. To give Biohazard a little more of a push here. One forward, one strings, and if I have here we go. Time to guess for your life. Isn't safe. And in the corner, right, there's so many specific things about Kano. In the corner in particular, the down one chemical burn is a different entity entirely than if that were to happen mid-screen, David. In mid-screen, there's actually options to deal with it. In the corner, not so much. You gotta hold that. And then backed up by the command grab. You think you're gonna respect the chemical burn? Oh no, he's gonna pow! He's on fire!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Even there, even though the actual startup animation of that was so long, he took so much damage even with it, the drill in his hand. Oh my god. Tried it
there's
again.
The big
No.
risk. Oh man, both rounds came off of him taking risks that, you know, if they work out, you're a genius, applause, godlike. If it doesn't work out, you probably shouldn't have done it. Can you blame him with the pressure that Kano puts on you and to make a bet, right? Abyss willingly made a bet that Kano and or Biohazard was simply going to be doing something and moving, right? And that's why he teleported. Because 9 times out of 10, that character's doing something. He's one of the most active characters in the game. And it's hard to stop him from doing this.
I think having that teleport makes a lot of sense in this match, for sure. You know that Biohazard's going to be doing stuff. Yeah, all the time, for sure.
But
throwing
maybe...
knives, obviously important. You don't want to be in the corner. I think it's a good call. The question just is, what's the timing, right? It's really what it comes down to. And
yeah,
that is much easier said than done.
He had been saving that read for when he needed to use it to make the comeback versus maybe early on in these matches when Biohazard's not expecting it and is playing a little more loose, right? So I feel like the timing was definitely questionable to finally pull the trigger. But again, if you're right on that read and you do catch Bio slipping, that is one of the most rewarding things to hit in this game. Another character that just pukes damage when he wakes up in the morning.
Wow! Did work, though. Biohazard as he rolled in. Again, this one on reaction, it seemed. And so here we have the corner. Oh, a little bit. Oh, no!
Oh, no! It actually worked out. That was the true reset. He is 3/4 of the way dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God.
Off of one chemical burn in the corner.
Oh, okay, so at least at that range, you can walk up and get a punish. That's good to know.
There is some tech in that corner. If you hold forward and get hit by the lighter, it takes away the dot. But it's so specific on spacing and timing to avoid a little bit. And he didn't believe that would have potentially been the round. Oh, no. Who gets
wow.
It ended up being a little bit of a better situation, though. If he would have gotten the 2-on-2 in the corner, Biohazard could have broken away. Abyss could have tried to go for a back two, avoids it altogether, and gets the round.
Look at that, even on block, the range out. We're back to mid-stage. Just on the strength of basically 2 forward 1 strings.
Just swinging. Oh, and another one snipes him out of the air. The tag team combo. Oops, Cybot, calm down.
Trying to get away desperately. Here's Abyss. They waltz past the disembodied head, and Bio still looking for those knives, trying to get something going.
Really lucky that that knife didn't go punish there. A jump 2 of Noob Saibot does have a awkwardly big forward hitbox and goes into the slide. Abyss. It seems like neither of these players can hold on to some momentum. They get it. They're finding it.
Oh, what's funky is that
it's just back and forth.
Yeah, the last 2 games we have seen, hard to even say that it's that much back and forth because each of those games was kind of dominant by one player and then the other, right? In between, like in those rounds, not that it was a complete blow up all the time, but like it was 2 rounds, 2 rounds. And now we're going to be going down to the final game. We got game number 5. Noob is the commitment here for Abyss. He's stuck having just won that one. Will it be back to Kano? I think that's what I'd expect. Yep, we are.
Even more impressive is the fact that Abyss got hit by a nuclear warhead at the start of one of those rounds. I don't know how else to put it. He got full corner reset, or like 60% of his life, and still maintained a lot of composure. That's a lot to survive and go into a final round with. Nice little chip on your shoulder here.
He did change. This is Vegemite now. We didn't have that before, so this is going to get him the ability to get through a projectile with that Kano ball. He's got manhandled for the extended strings. Of course, he's got the command grab. It's Biohazard we're talking about. He's got the command grab.
That's why I was surprised when we were talking Cabal earlier. It's so rare to see him without one. It complements his natural aggressiveness so well. Those are good trades for Noob Saibot too. That's why a lot of noobs bring that Ghost Ball, because there's not a lot in this game that's going to trade with Ghost Ball well. Speed do it. He's shadow range. He actually got Abyss to whiff right there. That might be something that Biohazard might need to make a mental note of, and he doesn't block. Came in hot. What a risk by Biohazard. He was feeling it.
Put himself into the corner. Oh no! Not fully converted.
Oh, that could have been huge. Biohazard didn't have the breakaway, and goes underneath the back one, and he gets through that one. Wow.
He finally got over it. That has happened 3 or 4 times so far, and each time it hasn't worked out. This time it finally did. Now we have both of them with fatals. You know that Abyss could check with it at any time.
Oh my.
Amplify! It's not enough, but even chip may be a problem. Yes! Wow! Biohazard goes up to match point. Oh no, for Abyss. That moment right there was a big problem. He's stuck in the corner as well.
It was a really weird read. He blocked a jump in and did reversal throw right there and got rocked for it. And that's such a big, aggressive, risky read.
Abyss in trouble,
Oh,
trying
no.
to find his way out. He jumps out.
Oh, no.
Good call, though. He's out of there. He gets... Oh, boy.
This is just different pressure right now from Biohazard.
That was on reaction right there. As Abyss continues to be in big trouble here, but Biohazard with plus frames again.
Yes, again, my friend. 21 health is all Abyss has to his name now. The 3 and the comeback begin. This is scary. Cuts it off nice and simple. A lot of comebacks start with throws because everyone doesn't want to get hit by the big stuff. Is the risk going to come? Oh, the empty jump! And now the Kano ball that simply cannot be stopped unless he maybe made a massive teleport read there. But in the game 5, Biohazard clutching and closing this one out from a sea of 3 O's. That happened here in round number 1. We close out with a hype game 5 for you guys. I can't tell. I thought that was Kano's skull for a second. It was so bloody.
Kano's happy to be there. And I think you could see how that variation really did make the change once he had Vegemite. You know, the threat of being able to get in so quickly from so far. I mean, he already has these sort of options to get in with something like forward 1, the threat of biopole from this very far range. He already has kind of rangy stuff to start things off, but once he has that going, it's something you have to worry about even more. And we saw so much more of him being able to get in, chase all the way to the left, chase all the way to the right, and neither way, Abyss was just not able to escape.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, and you know, everyone talks about it. Kano puts a different kind of pressure on you than almost everyone else in Mortal Kombat 11. The character has on most of the cast a jailing string that has plus frames. That's unnatural in Mortal Kombat 11 to always be in that position. And then the bacon bits on top of that mixed salad is that the down 1 can go into command grab, it can go into chemical burn, it can go into down 1, down 1, down 1, down 1. You keep respecting the command grab, or it goes back into forward 1 and you're back in the same situation. So really tough to deal with. Let's take a look at that bracket as round 1 comes to a close here, with Hayate, Tweedy, Biohazard, and Gur getting the big victories there. That sets up our winners finals. Hayate versus Tweedy, that's a big one. Deadly Rebel versus Biohazard. And Daddy G going up against Gur in the next round, David. These are going to be exciting.
A lot of fun stuff to watch right there. We have a bunch of different characters on this. And what's cool too is that some characters that we very commonly see in high-level Mortal Kombat are not here as well. It's a fun day for character choice, and even some surprises in that. Right? Didn't necessarily expect Aaron, for example, from Hayate. Wasn't looking for the Cabal from Deadly Rebel. Right? Some choices there that we maybe didn't expect. A lot of fun to watch. So that was round 1 of this week's MKPKNA East. Make sure to check out Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat, where you can pick up these lovely t-shirts, as well as, by the way, quite a bit of other stuff. You can check it out, Rep Your Realm. Pick up a shirt for Melina, who everybody loves, and you can show it by wearing a Melina shirt. Mr. Aquaman is a huge Melina fan, as you can tell right there as he popped in.
I kind of like her a lot now that we don't see her as much. Maybe more Melina players should enter the pro competition and prove us wrong because she hasn't made it a huge run. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll be right back with the next round here of North America East. Don't go anywhere. More Mortal Kombat action to come.
Jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Welcome back to the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition for North America East number 7. We only have one more of these things, folks. We're getting down to the crunch time. My name's Ultra David, and with me again is Mr. Aquaman.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the east side of things here today. A lot more action to go. We're only through round number 1 of this bracket. 2 brackets to get through here today. Week number 7, points on the line. A lot is on the line, but I want to tell you guys about our presenting partner here today. Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. Go check out PS4 Tournament Open Series. It's a weekly competition for all skill levels with rewards, with cash prizes. Go check it out. Visit the competition center at compete.playstation.com. Sign in with your PSN. Sign in through the game. You can play in those tournaments yourself. Not just the Open Series, but also the Pro Competition that you're watching here today. Let's take a look at that bracket that we're currently battling our way through. So we have winners finals set for you guys. Almost no surprises. These two tore up the first year of the Pro Competition. Hayate and Tweedy, a Deadly Rebel Biohazard, and I'm Big Daddy G and Gur on the losers' side. Having big wins and decisive wins early on for guys like Gur, Tweedy, and Hayate. But that last match finally ignited this bracket up, David. Abyss and Biohazard, Game 5, doing it at an awesome level. The back and forth was incredible.
And we may be going back to watch more of Biohazard. We'll see what comes up here as we're trying to get the next ones for you. Yeah, look, when it came to that match, Biohazard, we definitely talked about how his Kano has kind of been settling on that one Kano build, but then he brought in another one to seal the deal. So he's still messing around. He's still trying stuff out, keeping things around. He's a player who has a bunch of different characters up his sleeve too. He told us that maybe he'd play Cabal, although we haven't seen that yet. Maybe he'd play Baraka. I don't think that's something I'd be expecting, but I don't know. We'll see. As far as Deadly Rebel, which is the match that we're going to be seeing next, Biohazard versus Deadly Rebel, we've seen Deadly Rebel come in here with Cabal. We've seen him come in here with Frost. We've seen him come in with Collector, and it is going back to Frost. This character he used in Top 8 several weeks ago, and it actually did not work out for him, but he's gonna go back to it here. Biohazard Kano with lumbar check, chemical burn, biopole. That's the one that we have been chatting up.
Here we go, game number 1. Set up City over here with Frost and an incredibly aggressive Kano from Biohazard. One thing to note is that when he did come off of that biopole last game, David, I feel like he played more aggressive because he wasn't staying at that mid-range. He was more so up in your face even more with that cancel the Vegemite. So I liked the change-up last game. Here, he just has to avoid getting knocked down by Frost in the corner here. That is, I think, the name of the game. These characters are going to be really similar. When it comes to the corner, mid-screen, we'll see how she's able to keep Kano out. Has wonderful big projectiles of her own. Big buttons, back two. There you see him going to town, and there's a back two on command, and it is a mid, baby. No going underneath that, Kano. Get that roll out of here. Get it out of here. Oh, plus frames as well, but disrespected. Oh my goodness, Biohazard getting away with a down one right there, and look at what he's getting off of this robbery right now, David. But that goes to show you, jail off of your plus frames, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are gonna stick here to the corner. This Biohazard gonna try to put out, oh my goodness. I also cannot hear you on the other side, David.
I can hear you, and
there we go.
I'm back in
there
the mix.
we go.
Yeah, sorry for technical difficulties. It's the internet.
I was a little worried there for a second.
Well, Bio's right back into where he wants to be. He's not worried about anything. However, as you were saying, corner's going to be such a big fight between these two characters. They can both do such damage in there. Bio backs off slightly. Oh, the head! I like the idea of that. It really forced Bio to move.
And an anti-air of anti-airs, the down three of Frost. You guys saw it here, ladies and gentlemen. The wonderful tool he's got. The bullying. Called out by Deadly Rebel. It's been Rebel who's been right in a lot of these plus frame situations.
Yeah, and you can see Bio really having to dance about whether even to follow up with down one after his forward one string.
Little flawless block made it uncancelable. Maybe something was coming in after that. He's gonna walk forward to avoid it. No, that's just chip damage if he can't jump. Oh no! And like I said, it's gonna kill you if you don't jump right there. But he's gonna be mashing down one, and you can't really jump out of that. It's such a tough spot when you're low on health. Oh, and that thing onto a button Frost just ate, but the forward one devoured it.
Great fighting right there from Deadly Rebel. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! It actually ended up being so worse. Oh.
The humanity! The humanity right now!
I love the idea of the beginning of it. Oh! Maybe the beginning here. Forcing movement and no!
Oh man, this is falling apart so fast, David. This was looking like a nice back and forth to momentum train taking off for station Biohazard, but nice setup there.
Yeah, using the head to force some movement from Biohazard and then capitalizing with Fatal Blow. It's the third round, why not?
Looking like Cyber Sub-Zero out here.
But still really can't eat anything. Well, they're both so concerned about the other's flawless blocking options. Oh my god, what an interesting game when it comes to that dance around that. Whether on, jump in, empty jump into down two was attempted. The game around after what to do from Kano's forward one string was very interesting to watch. A lot of battling on that front, but Kano
even that
ends up
last read. Even that last read was, Biohazard doing down one into the chemical burn, and Deadly Rebel probably making a really hard read because he can command grab off it, right? He can take the off of it. And so if you make a big brain read like that, it can be for the win. So I like the idea behind it. He just kept it gapless with the chemical burn. Have a nice day. A good game number one, back and forth. Biohazard, aside from pulling away with that last game, Rebel was looking like he was keeping this competitive. We haven't seen the setups work for him yet, but you still see that Frost is a great character. Big advancing buttons, great anti-airs, can force movement herself. He got a lot of mileage off of that, putting out the cryogenic crown, catching anti-airs, multiple of them. Both with the fatal blow and the down three. He has to find himself in more positions like that because...
Oh, what a start!
Never mind.
Never mind.
There we go. Oh. And how many times has he put out a button that forward one has just run over?
Oh, he's trying desperately to get out.
Avoids the damage over time there. Well, a little bit of damage over time. He's still taking it with a chemical burn.
Oh no. Yeah,
he's dead.
That's the bad spot. That's the bad spot right there. He dies anyway! No! Oh my god! You can see how fidgety Deadly Rebel was when he was caught in that corner, and then the decision to jump... the need to jump. Okay, he got it, but then, boy, that was still a bad spot.
Okay. You get something here?
Okay, time, yeah.
Okay, Biohazard's gonna eat the setup. Have you seen this before? Yes, but look who's ready for it. Rebel. Down three. Put some respect on it, Biohazard. He's gonna lock up the corner, get the setup, and this is what we were talking about. Frost, when she gets this going, looks like a different character.
Oh, no. Well, not actually. Whip punish right there. The hop, Deadly Rebel. Just harassing a little bit here, Shilly. Yep, for the end. What a round. That's really what he needed. First time we've seen that kind of extended series.
Target for Bao, who starts it off with a really aggressive read. Aggressive and unsafe, and makes another one with a neutral jump through the pressure. He said, I don't care what's happening right now. I'm going to hold up. Talk about
Lancy's punish. You know, his backdashes have really been important here. His backwards movement to set things up like that, which has now started all this offense off.
Oh, that is layer 17 if I've seen it.
I love that. That's so fun.
On. Not Biohazard to whiff, but just wasn't ready for it. It's got such little recovery too. Forward one, a why not button in any instance, I feel like. Showing off the range of her own.
Yeah, and back to this kind of mid-rangey play. The head comes out again. Back and forth is really what Kano's trying to be. He does not want to be in an obvious spot where the head can be a problem.
Ooh, no commitment. Definitely doable, and I take everything back. That bio pull is a different tool to worry about here mid-screen, and that's what separated him in the last match, where he felt like he needed to be more up in his opponent's face versus here, where Frost kind of wants to be at that similar range where she can put out a down four or a back two safely right and play with the projectiles, put out a cryogenic crown. That pull is going to be something to always think about. And are you truly ever safe? That's what I feel like that's added to Kano's game plan, is not only you feel like that's the case anyway because of Kano Ball, but now you have something that's kind of sometimes safe a lot of the time when it's done from a distance.
And that turns into significant damage and Oki. So Deadly Rebel's going to go back to Frost. I was curious to see whether we'd see a switch, but feeling good about it. And look, there have been times in each of these games so far where I get it, where I get what Deadly Rebel's going for. It's not that the character's weak, necessarily. He hasn't found enough of those pressure series. And there have been some great reads by Biohazard's Kano. The beginning round start of, ducking under into the down two, for example, last time. See if the opener is here.
Ooh, clean back too, but no commitment at all. Come back to bite him here. Nope. No pun intended.
It's almost like a moving wall here for Deadly Rebels Frost. I like this a lot, what we're seeing right now. It's just slow approach. But I'm telling you, backing off
that's the range.
Into Biopole, into forward one. That has been such a thorn in Deadly Rebel's side.
Because it's been hitting something that Deadly Rebel presses, right? Whether it be down one, whether it be forward two, or back two. Just sniping him in those moments. Is the backdash going to come here? No. Aggressive. And the back two kind of ducking and weaving Frost out of the way to get the crushing blow punished, but oh no! Rebel just left so much damage on the table.
Nice little anti-air. Again, using that head to make his opponent move. The pull from way downtown!
I thought he turned it into a setup. Oh my goodness. He actually could have closed that with Fatal Blow, I think, right there. Gonna hold on to it anyway. Showing the confidence. He's up 2-0 here. Forward one's his way to a match point anyway. That was a cool little interaction that we get to see between in a matchup that's pretty darn rare. Oh!
No. Punish? That's so sick. That's actually pretty mean right there. I love it.
What's great is that the up three of Frost has a similar animation where she's just kind of putting the ice out of her chest, and Biohazard with the bio pull, it's like they were mirroring. Oh no, but what isn't mirrored right now is the damage being done, because that's going to be game, set, match, explosion for Biohazard. The 3-0 victory, grabs the beer, calls it another day at the office. Kano, ladies and gentlemen. This top 8 is officially cooking with Kano.
That range, backing off, outside of the wake up 3, backdashing, outside of button range. It just gives this character, who already has forward one from way downtown compared to many characters' options, already has things like jump into the sky, look for Kano Ball, already has these things to start things off from farther away than many other characters do.
You're already worried about all of this?
I know, right?
I'm worried.
Into like really easy hit confirmed damage from far. Now, some characters can punish it from range, of course, but there's some characters who struggle at that. And that just looks like a big problem for those who do.
It most certainly does. You can see at that range he was doing it at too, but most of the time, it wasn't being blocked because it was catching someone off guard, thinking that they were safe, and thinking that they were at least safe enough to have time to move, to have time to press a button, when that's the difference that Biopull has, is it's instant and it's massive. It's not a forward 1-2 that you're going to see coming, right? It's not a jump back into Kano Ball. It's happening right now. If it hit you, you're dead. So you never really feel safe letting go of block at a certain range against Kano. That's a different threat entirely.
All right, so Biohazard, who again came into this week at 3rd in points overall, so in a great position. Only going to be getting more points here this week.
He could
He's
pass
looking
his
really good
brother
on that.
with the victory over him, by the way.
Yeah, they're number 2 and number 3 coming into this.
There was only a, let's see, 150 point difference between the two, and so Bio gets another win or two. We will see. It could be interesting going into week number 8. Which one of the Commander brothers ends up placing higher this season?
Well, next one we got for you on the loser side is Big Daddy G, of course, with the Sonya. 2 players who I'm not going to be at all concerned that I am unsure which characters they're going to go with. Big Daddy G with Sonya, and it's going to be Gur with Geras. Now, Big Daddy G comes into this, again, having gotten 1st place in week number 5. So he's 9th on his way in. Pretty good spot to be. Gur in 16th, and again, only the top 16 make it into the final week. So, you know, Gur's probably feeling okay now after having gotten to at least 5th, but still, needs more points to be a little bit more secure and to get a better spot in the bracket as well. And boy, he was a buzzsaw when we saw him before, that's for sure. He blew up Zentai. A very strong player himself.
Ooh, both of these guys have pressed every button on their pad. This is an aggressive button check. We just stumbled upon here to get started. Comes the drone. We're not watching his toes. Nice short hop. That looked like it was a godlike read on the sand trap. Ends up working out. Oh, Gur going to town with his buddies though. This is just like we saw out of Abyss, David. This is a 2v1, 3v1. He activated the entire Sahara here. Whole floor becomes quicksand. Nice use of the sweep, putting out some different active frames there. Gur, again, I've seen him play a little bit different here today than before. Less of that Gur game plan that we're used to seeing, and the aggression, and I'm shocked that didn't snipe him with the fatal blow. Wow! Big Daddy G able to block in time. Looked like he had whiffed a stand 1 or something, didn't get vacuum cleanered, and look at the reward he gets for it. Round 1.
Interesting, yeah, ready to spend it all like that. Big Daddy G starts out in the corner. Bad spot, big plus frames here for Gur. Easy hit confirm into big damage. Woo!
Oh, no.
It's so mean!
What are you...
Oh, you're stuck, buddy!
Look how much you have to fear.
Yeah, you still have to worry about that. Again, big plus frames on block. You could teleport in there too. If you get hit, it's a launch.
He could forward dash command grab at that range. He can forward dash command grab at that range. I want that known. Here it comes. Welcome to the corner. Yeet!
Gur just absolutely in control. Pressing buttons underneath it, ticking for the first time into the command grab. Out of the forward 2. And now, knowing all he needs is anything, sand trap, whatever it is, even that probably would have been on block. Again, big plus frames. That's probably a chip kill sequence, to be honest. Round goes to Gur.
It's crazy how you see Gur play with that own right. It's similar to what we saw of Deadly Rebels Frost, only it's faster, has different options off of it. Add on top of that, something that messes with your movement anyway. More aggression up close with the command grab. This is scary. It's making this comeback happen.
Oh, even on the drop though, still in a good spot.
And it was still 30%. It's safe.
Did find the moment. Here we go, Big Daddy G. Expecting a breakaway, and that's not what Gur gave. Oh my god, Gur was saving the bar for that, but did not have offensive bar anymore.
So ready for it as well. Just knew that Big Daddy G was going to press a button after the 4-3 there. It tries to go airborne, not today. Sit back down. And whoa. A downward ring, we barely see that one. And teleporting into nowhere. In the it looked like Big Daddy G had the read.
Was that
Was
actually? Was it an autocorrect, or do you think he intended to do that? I don't know.
It looked like it was right. It was just okay. This my sentence is gonna not sound correct, but it was right and wrong at the same time, and I think he would be meant to do it. He just went underneath Gurr when he had already made it over the top of him, maybe going the other way. That was odd.
My memory of it was that it came out on teleport. Am I wrong about that?
I don't even.
I don't know. It's so fast. Oh my god.
If it would have worked, it would have been the most
you're right.
brilliant call out
It was a jump. I saw it wrong.
I've ever seen in my life. It would have been the most. But
I was watching the stream, which is a little bit delayed compared to where we are. No, you were right. You were right. I just saw it wrong. All right. Anyway, getting back to the match.
Either way, scrambles. Absolute scrambles here. Gurr was able to definitely get the momentum there in round number 2. Once he's in control, he is really stubborn at letting it go.
Oh, okay, coming up the bar immediately. And then patience after the plus.
Oh. There's something new.
God, he catches that timing so well. It's really hard to get that juggle. It requires really precise timing.
Not gonna lie, I couldn't get it when I tried Eternal, and
Dude,
I was
it's
just like,
tough.
nope. To get it consistently and off of different launchers too.
All right, well, here's Big Daddy G finally close to the corner. Almost there! God, the highness of pack 1. Obviously a problem. We all know it. We all know it.
That's
but
exactly
shout out to Gurr for blowing it up.
We saw it earlier from Hayate as well against Big Daddy G, just putting out down 4, just putting out down 4. Because what's she gonna do about it? There's no quick advancing mid.
I mean, not ones that lead into tons of damage anyway.
Right. Ooh! What a standing punish right there. Wanted to come off the resources by any means necessary to get the round 2. I respect that. If he would have done the natural ender, breakaway could have come, or could have survived, did a wake-up fatal blow, and it would have been game over, and then you would have been distraught. Take the round by any means necessary. This is smart for Big Daddy.
Oh, the little trade, both of them looking for the same idea. Okay, chance? No, my god, he's so ready, was Gurr. Back to this distance. He's way out of the corner now, still stuck there in the sand.
Whew.
Oh, man, and there's a dude next to him.
Oh, he had it
never
loaded.
mind, he cleaned the screen, but that's fine.
He also used something a lot of Gears do, that max distance short hop 2 has such a range from it that it might be safe against her.
Yeah, it's tough to punish for lots of characters. Not much damage on that. Oh, yes, had to get out of there ASAP.
For death for Gurr now, one guess situation, and oh no, tried to maybe get a stand 1 in there, a down 1. Yeah, it's eaten up by the onion rings, and okay, Big Daddy on the board, 1 game apiece. We know that he has what it takes, has a victory here on the Pro Kompetition himself. Sitting on a plethora of points. Currently just outside the top 8 with Kerbalicious and Show Off not getting top 8 here. Could with these points that he's already got, probably making it into the top 8. Looking nice and comfy.
I mean, I came into this week rooting for him anyway because his favorite fast food was Cookout, and I just think that's the correct answer when it comes to the East Coast. I just think that's right. And you know what?
Listen,
we didn't talk enough about one thing before. We didn't talk enough about the shakes available at Cookout. All right, we were talking about a regular food,
variety,
which
they
is
have
good.
A wall of flavors.
It's a wall of flavors.
It's a
you
wall
walk
of
up
flavors.
There, you throw a dart on it, you're gonna find something different every time.
In handmade, it says handmade milkshakes, and it's just a wall of flavors. Go to town, it's like $1. Cookout, baby. Your entire meal is only $5. You get a milkshake on top of that for like $1.50 more. You can add on 20 hush puppies for like 20 cents. Cookout, baby. What's for dinner? Oh man. Anyways,
Trying to get a new
tell,
job
I've got some bias
advertising that.
streams
That's not part of the MKPK, folks.
But what I also want to shout out is the fact that he has done this. Before he won that week of Pro Comp, Sonya was on. I don't even know what Gurr is doing
What are we doing right now?
But
Back 4?
Who did Gurr pass the pad off to? My man is
Right?
aggressive today.
Look at this dude.
Oh
He is
my!
partying back and forth.
I have never seen this much aggression out of him.
The hop into sweep from
I
Gur
have
was
never
cracking
seen
me up
some.
still.
Yeah, not a lot of people do short hop mixes like that, but we are in an online meta where it is a lot more effective.
Sure.
And of course, if someone's going to use that interactable, it is going to be Gur.
Absolutely. And you see
health remain.
Big Daddy G really trying to stay on
believe.
top right now, because even chip is a big problem for him at this point. Yeah, can't afford any more of that, that's for sure. The down one, the 6-framer comes to the rescue.
6 frames, good games, as we like to say. Well, we need to give credit to Big Daddy G, who almost single-handedly put Sonya on the map with that victory quite a few weeks ago, right? Made all of us look at her differently. You know, that with a couple of results from Azerbaijan and a few others.
Yeah.
We're like, man, Sonya's out here playing again. Wait a second. All that hard work, being a character loyalist, paying off. So gotta give a lot of respect, a lot of kudos to Daddy G for pulling that off, and still pulling it off here today. And there's Gur with the tech.
Now, we've seen a couple of those meeting his opponent into the sky from Big Daddy G, getting significant damage out of it, too. Gur's D coming to the rescue. It's the overhead again. Juggle it. Oh, God, that's so pretty.
Lead
That's
now for
so
Gur.
pretty from Gur. And then the sweep just to drive it home.
So, Gur has done more command grabs today, more short hops. He's utilizing sweep. Who uses sweep at all? I don't even know. He's been more up in people's faces, a little more active, I would say, and it's looking like he might be onto something here. That is a little bit different from what people I feel like have gotten used to in playing Gur, and I like this decision because something's got to give for him to make a run, right? Not, you know, we're getting to the end of this thing. 5th place, 7th place, 9th place is not good enough for someone like Gur. We all know it. He wants to win this entire thing, and I like that this late in the season, he's not, you know, just getting into the comfort zone. He's gotten out of his comfort zone. It's looking pretty darn good.
I like it. He's up 2-1 versus Big Daddy G here.
Evolve is the last thing in the Gira saying. Fail, adapt, evolve.
Dang.
And Gur is living it right now.
He did it. Oh, no. He's died so many times, and it only makes him stronger. Every tournament he loses, he just comes back even better than before.
He is eternal. Oh my god, I thought I have a down 3 though. I don't know about that. Might need that. Couple extra lives. Avoid that one. Oh, just the punish on 4-2-2. Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Gotta write that down in my handy dandy notebook.
Oh, okay, let's go, Big Daddy G. Well, that said, the pressure's entirely off. No pressure for Gur either, but he's way out of the corner now. Back to the mid. You just never know where he's gonna be. He's so tricky in terms of where he wants to go. The big boy's next to him. Now, I do like the movement that we're seeing out of Big Daddy G, though. He's evading the statues quite a bit. Finding the tax with the KB. Oh! Well, look, Gur's in here. He's gonna have an offensive bar by the time this pressure begins.
Oh.
The duck, though, from Big Daddy G. Wow, fighting back here.
That was a microscopic, like quantum level micro duck right there. Best thing to see it. There's some flawless blocks, and Big Daddy G's flawless blocks have been on reversals a lot for the poke checks of Gur, and that's essential to have. And so is a tick throw into a mid. Wake up short hop though. He was ready for it. The anti-aggressive call out.
Defense is really looking good right now for Big Daddy G. Oh, boy, maybe just expecting the splash. I don't know. And now with the life lead, will he stick to trying to zone? I don't know if that's going to be a long term. He's thinking about it.
Patience. Ooh, didn't watch his toes on the stand too. But that too can also tick throw. That is a mix-up on top of a mix-up. And I think that's what Gur's trying to establish here. He's done stand 1 tick throws, but not the stand 2 yet. I wonder if that's going to come into play here, and if that's what he's building that kind of fish for with 2-4 and 2-4-1. plus frames.
Oh,
tried to make a read on the command grab, and Gur one step ahead there.
Just at the 30%. Keep in mind she's got 950 health. This is gonna be on the margins here. Oh, it's not gonna be enough.
Oh boy.
Still could be a problem though. As Gur could check certainly. Yeah.
She doesn't really have the normals to deal with this.
No, this is a really tough spot. And escaping. Oh my god, 14 on the clock. 13 on the clock.
Trying to teleport, he gets it.
Running out of time, and Gur came in to find his own match point.
This will be huge for Gur, more specifically. You talked about him being on the fringe of making that finale, and gets the armor break. Watch your neck, 372. Look at the damage. That looks so much more destructive on a 950 character every time.
Oh wow, blocked it into the... He's starting this pressure. I like the idea here for Big Daddy G, trying to chase. Gur has done such a great job of interrupting, and back to the corner, and now all that stage behind Gur, he could teleport in.
There's the spacing on it. Remember earlier when I was like, he's in dash command grab range?
Yep.
It's from that far away.
Yep.
It's from that far, ladies and gentlemen.
And now Big Daddy G's got to chase again. Just staying away is not going to cut it. He needs to get back in. But the way the Gur is, guy's movement, you just never know where he's going to be.
And just for you guys' knowledge at home, 120 mid-screen for that command grab, 150 in the corner, and the explosion of the clone. Gonna hit it for Gur, 3-1. Again, I think that comes down to this newfound aggression that we see on display.
Well, shoutouts to Big Daddy G. Had the right call in terms of fast food. That's for sure. Plus,
not on the reads here today in this match.
Nope. Now, again, he came into this at 9th in points. He'll get some more points for getting 5th place. So we'll probably see him in the finals week. And that's really on the strength of him, again, taking 1st place back in North America, number 5. Just couldn't quite get the same result this time. Gur is looking particularly good. So now we have the next 2 matches lined up for you. We have on winner's side, Hayate versus Tweedy. And on loser's side, we have Biohazard versus Gur. These are 2 of the more interesting matchups, ones that I've looked forward to very, very much. Hayate and Tweedy, 2 fantastic players. Biohazard and Gur, you know they're good too.
This is exciting. 4 of the best North American players over the course of years. We're going to be throwing down in the top 4 here tonight. I want to give a quick shout-outs to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner here of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All the caster audio powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. What you guys are hearing me through right now, and what I'm hearing you guys through, is Astro. So shout out to them. Go visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially PlayStation licensed audio products. Go check it out. astrogaming.com.
So, we've seen, I've been talking about how Tweedy kind of came in here and over the last couple of weeks has been second place. Now he's at least 3rd, I guess, because he's already in winners finals. Hayate got 2nd place back in the 2nd week, but hasn't really been playing in this very much. So he comes into this 13th. We all know, you were just saying, he is absolutely one of the strongest players in North America, has been for years. And he's currently in the top 16 that you need to be at, but not in a particularly comfortable position and not in a position that will mean that his seeding helps him avoid some of the biggest killers who will be in that finals bracket.
And that's not new either for Hayate. Going back to a lot of the long series over the course of Mortal Kombat and Injustice history, he does have a history of simply not showing up to a lot of them. Sign up for a few, sleep in here and there, having known Hayate for a very long time. But we all know what happens when he shows up for a tournament,
right? Enters
and competes. This is the caliber player that we see, right? And yeah, he's a little inconsistent as far as entering and actually competing in these events, and that's why he kind of puts himself in that position a lot of the time. But we know that the play is there, and with a big victory here, he might just secure that finale spot. He's already in top 3. That's going to move him around, potentially right outside top 8 in points, or maybe right on the cusp of top 8 in points. Going into the last week, might have secured himself here. So let's see if Hayate can kick it in overdrive here in the last couple of weeks. See see what happens. We already see him thinking or trying really hard. If we saw him go to Aaron Black for what looked like a very specific purpose, you know, that looks like a very thinking and very sweaty Hayate here tonight.
As far as Tweedy asked his thoughts about the matches before we started this top 8, he said, I feel all right about it. Not stressing much since I got enough points for the finale. Just going to game hard. Well, he's continued to game hard for sure. He also says, everyone needs to relax and give Cole Young a break. All he wants to do is be loyal and protect his family and Earth. I hear that, Tweedy, as we start the winners finals between Tweedy MK and Hayate, who goes back to Aaron Black.
Wait a second.
Well, I think I was looking for Fuji. I figured that Aaron was a particular pick that he would have. Sure, and it made sense the way he played it versus Sonya. But here versus Gears, he's going back to the character again. Oh my god, or not, or it was an error.
Would you just look at that?
Hold on. Wait, that was not him screwing up? Dude, I thought for sure. I saw this man hold forward on the stick. I thought that was an error for sure. Okay, we're playing.
Massive aggressive read. That's what that ended up being. This is such a tricky rock, paper, scissors match at that range. You never know if Aaron Black is going to let a forward 4 rip, and you quite never know if Gears is going to sand trap. Look at these two. They're just feeling each other out right now. Hayate did not want to take the risk. Worked his way in the old-fashioned way, if you guys are taking note. And blew up the gap. You haven't seen anyone else blow it up yet tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh! It's a big punish. Hayate's there. His defense is looking great so far.
Avoided the corner, too. Tweedy just getting really greedy there, wanting the side switch. And that takes away the gap. And hello! Aaron Black looking all sorts of great again all of a sudden. He's been missing from a lot of tournaments here and there lately. Good to see the gunslinger back in action and taking the round. Hayate. Oh man, all the feathers.
Oh man, how many birds was that?
Only one bird came down, but 17 birds worth of feathers exploded. Come on, NetherRealm.
Really funky time. Oh wow, that is a ton.
Double acid.
And the whip punish. Oh, he didn't believe it. So here's Tweedy capitalizing on his opponent's error. Looking for a breakaway. What a game! Okay.
Yeah, another big error there.
Yeah.
They already eaten all of the damage. Tweedy loves that dash throw mix up. Never know if he'll come up into a 1-1 or at the same range, right? Forward 3. It's the button that we're going to be talking about an awful lot here. Oh, look at the disrespectful slap with that vial of acid right there. My man's already gone through 6 reptilian bodies worth of acid just in this match alone.
He's got a lot of them. Right now, wow, finally, the check came. Tweedy's in for pressure. Very slight. Hands off a little bit. No risks on the flawless block as Hayate. Now they both have these fatal blows. 2 of the more oppressive ones. You really got to consider it. Oh, yeah, do you see they're frozen? Oh my god, look at the time!
The immediate lack of pressing buttons is astounding right now.
Actually can't afford all. Oh my god,
that was disgusting.
Sure. I love
Are you kidding me? Hayate.
And he went right back in for the mids right there too. Yeah, his defense was good, his offense was good. He was patient when he needed to be. Really, really nice play from Hayate's Aaron.
And I'm not seeing him take the risk with forward 4 or a slide at all. If he feels he needs to close the gap, he's doing it the old-fashioned way with, you know, walking and blocking. Aaron Black does not possess a wave dash. So, you know, and that's a drastic change for Hayate coming from Fujin to back to Aaron Black, right? Is that there's a huge mobility gap in those two characters. Fujin, arguably the most mobile character in the game, not just in specials, but also on the ground. His forward and movement back is absolutely absurd. As it should be for a wind god, but Aaron Black, he has to slow things down a little bit, and you see the more calculated, slower approach really paying off. He's avoided every single sand trap almost, worked his way in. Had some beautiful flawless blocks here. That was one of the clutchest ones I've seen to date. And the patience when they both had fatal blow, you saw him not want to overcommit at all. Blocked every single sand trap and just walked his way in. Ends up paying off.
All right. No change out of Tweedy. Not expecting that. Now, oh my god, it's a big read early. As Hayate gets significant damage out of this, 344, and then back to that kind of patient style. Sure, Hayate's blocking a lot here, Tweedy's checking, yeah, but Hayate really just walking around. Okay, seemingly, with this slow approach.
Yep, just dash, chill dash, and gets in range. What a side switch from Tweedy, and the stand 3. That's one of his favorite things to do. That's Tweedy specific with the character. Oh, that's just gonna hurt. No breakaway either. Something you gotta respect, because Aaron Black has one of the most disgusting anti-armors now in the game, mind you. Safe on block as well.
Oh! We've been talking about him not taking risks. There was the risk.
I don't even think Tweedy thought he was gonna take a risk. He was like, wait a minute, he actually did it?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Oh! Sniped him, and this should be enough. I'm pretty sure the scaling on this is not as crazy as we think. That should be death with the gauntlet. What a flawless block back. Tweedy finally with an answer of his own. It had been Hayate. On point. With the flawless blocking of the counter pokes, of the jump-ins. This will be good for Tweedy to get settled here in the match.
Yeah, Tweedy's where he wants to be now. Harassing, getting the grab, the mix-ups have begun. He's here just for down 4, though. And backing off. And doing, honestly, over time, a pretty significant amount of chip damage, or just straight up getting the hit. Calling out the movement at the appropriate time. Oh my god, again.
Breakfast here. The empty jump down.
The field. Oh.
I don't think there's a soul on planet Earth that doesn't have an unholy reaction to that happening.
Dude, that feels you're the biggest genius in the world when that works out.
It doesn't look like it, but it is so galaxy brain that it hurts people. I think it hurts their brain. Overcommitted? Maybe try to cheeky little American reset right there. I just feel the pressure of having no health. 6 frames, good games. But he's on the board.
Okay. Yeah, I think we expect this one to be close. No doubt about that. Jack in the Box. Tweedy's favorite.
I just watched it back, and it looked like Hayate may have been going for a reset. After seeing the breakaway, maybe try to catch him waking up buttons with the end of that string to go for the crushing blow victory. I do the same thing with Khan's forward 1-2-2. If I see someone break away, I commit to the whole thing, and a lot of people like to wake up buttons in that situation, so it claps them on wake up into a crushing blow. I like that idea as well. Tweedy just blocked and didn't get aggressive in that moment. Really big note right there, because that's really specific stuff. But you're right, Tweedy. Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box!
Tweedy's one of those guys that definitely likes everything, you know, isn't the most fancy person. I know me and him have had long discussions about how great Little Caesars is, and I will never talk bad about Little Caesars. It's the clutchest $5 to $6 on a pizza that I spend. What about you guys?
I'm on board.
But I like his food takes.
Oh wow.
So I might have to look at Jack in the Box a little different. I've only had it once. Tweedy, I believe.
All right, well, as we're prattling on about this, already some very interesting decisions by both players on defense and on offense. It's Hayate really trying to pester. Finding the opening. Yeah, we've seen this quite a bit here from Tweedy, interrupting with down 1, trying his turn. So a lot of back and forth right now.
Right,
underneath.
Pushback on stand 3, wow. We got neutrals reset. He's out there on the approach, just moving forward, blocking for the sand trap, moving forward.
That makes the read. Because he knows that there's nothing that the opponent can do. During that time, Gears is stuck. Uh-oh, Tweedy is a dangerous man. He's scheming for it. Hayate playing so safety first right now. Look at how he's just holding on to that block button.
Woo! And look at that. That allowed Tweedy to just dance around him into the throw, and now Fatal Blow Raw. Will kill, 50-50 situation. Nice block, and we're going to go into the breakaway, and Hayate comes off of the bar for nothing there. Tweedy takes another round with a clutch flawless block up 2 in the Fatal. That's a second one already, and that's what this has come down to. These guys are neck and neck.
But continuing to have that slow play for a significant period of time. Love to see this. The catch from Tweedy landsies right there, and he's got a chance for pressure. Oh, the knee comes into play. Something we've seen from him quite a bit. Super hard to see that on reaction.
Oh!
You know, we've seen this a couple times as well. Up
And that
the
was-
invincibility of it starting off, yeah, but into significant damage.
And one more read here. Tries to meet the stand 2. Wake up button works out by Hayate. The down 3 has been an issue a lot for Gears. I remember, you know, this is a very heavy Season 1 matchup. We haven't seen in such a while. It just comes up into the aggression as Hayate, and he gets the counter hit, which means that we see the crushing blow. Miss out on a hooky situation there to stay safe, and that's going to close out for Tweedy, who, with that flawless block moments ago, Hayate did a 2-1 on his turn, and Tweedy may have done something even more galactic brain than earlier. He did up 3 on his flawless block for the first time, which means that he knew that Hayate did something that was so fast, double hitting, 2-1, right? 2-2? That his up 2 may not have had the time to interrupt in between and get the launch. So he was like, you know what, let's keep it safe, and no matter what happens here, it's going to be my turn, and I'm going to get the hit. So it guaranteed it versus risking getting beat out and then crushing blowed for that same exact flawless block read. That was so smart. He's on the lead, or he's in the lead, I should say.
I also love his choice of timing for the breakaway. Right, it was just as the string was activating that you have to like dial in. And that was like the perfect moment to do that. Like he called out the combo route exactly and got the punish for it into taking the game.
Lost hive of the chitin.
So 2-1, Tweedy up on Hayate, who is gonna go back to Aaron Black. Continues to be the choice for him here.
I have another question for you, David.
Yo!
Can he potentially, and I mean like, let's go deep here. Could he potentially be doing this to save what he's got up his sleeve with Fujin for the finale?
Dude.
But maybe he doesn't want to show everyone, you know, the tricks here this early.
Maybe he just likes playing with his boy. I mean, he's doing pretty well with his boy, that's for sure.
He most certainly is. Could be testing the waters as well to see if, you know, what matches he might have to use Aaron in if he's not feeling fully confident with Fujin in all of them.
Just straight up. Oh my god.
That was the last thing I
frames
expected
of
right
jump
there.
early jump kick. You know, the opponent blocks, it's their turn. Okay, they're gonna do something. Great read by Hayate.
We've seen a lot of reversal throw on jump-ins here today. And I think, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There you see the downside.
That's why you usually see the up 2.
Right.
Not the up 3 that we saw earlier. And now he's going to be back to being like, you know what, I'm just going to up 2 now. Screw it. It's a real aggressive down 2 too. Oh, goodness. Set.
Now he's away where he can take a little bit of life over time. I feel like he finds this almost every time. He's so good at calling out when the opponent wants to move.
You know what Gears knows what they're doing when they are consistent at meeting someone on the ground off of a jump in with a sand trap. Because that is really hard to do. You know, you talked about the conversions that Gur had off of the launch of the clone. It's the same thing when reacting to someone jumping.
Here we go. Out of there instantly.
Definitely didn't want to eat that acid setup. Oh, he's going to eat some acid anyway. Here you go, buddy. And the disrespect. What a waste of a vial.
Pretty decent damage for it, though. That acid pour, pretty good special. And it's the slow play again. It's Tweedy. I can't tell you how many times he has hit this. And I understand why he would back off, as we're seeing right now, because he just feels so confident, it seems, that he'll find something. Even if not, he'll find chip damage. He'll get out of a bad situation. He'll reset things.
Oh, Tweedy does it again, though.
Look at the time. It's 4 on the clock. It's not enough for Hayate.
Oh,
and with
no.
Aaron Black's super long throw animation, it's especially not going to be enough.
I've never seen that animation
what
of
in
Aaron
the
Black's.
world?
Did you see that?
That was great, yeah.
It looked like he faked it, like he got shot. It felt like he was in a play. That's that Aaron Black swagger that I love. That was a good reaction with the down, too. Oh,
Not expecting
my.
the jump splash to connect, but Tweedy's right back in there. Looking for a break. And Hayate guessed right finally. I feel like that's so commonly been Tweedy getting the right call. Dude, there's so much chip damage from these things. Look at how much this adds up.
Yeah, now that you mention it, just looking up, you're like, wait a minute.
There's so much.
He was at about 30% a second ago.
He's probably done 10 or 15 of those on block in this game. It really does add up.
Okay. Wonderful defense by Tweedy. That was textbook. Anti-Aaron Black right there. A lot of people, and you saw it earlier in Hayate's previous match, get away with that rifle, but after the string, catching him in the corner, gets the launch. Not today, and Tweedy's going to send a message. And he's going to rip this man in half. Look away if you guys just get it.
Fatality. Geras wins.
Whew.
I don't think we're going to see him in the next game if that's what just happened to him, David. I don't know if there's any coming back from that. He's dead.
That's it. That Aaron Black is out of here, and it's out of winner's side too, as Tweedy moves on into grand finals on winner's side. So, it's going to be a fight back from losers for Hayate. Curious to see whether that happens with Aaron Black or not. We'll find out in a little bit. But
like I said, I think Aaron Black might be dead. So if there's a time to see the Fujin,
okay, he's
now
gone.
might be it.
Gone permanently.
He's out of here. I don't think that what happened in the flesh pits or whatever happened to him in his past matters. He got ripped in half. And that's about all we can say about it. We'll see what happens there on the loser's side. He will have to try to make that run. We'll see who's going to play him here shortly. But before we do that, I want to give another shout out to PS4 Tournaments, presenting partner here of the Pro Kompetition. Guys, go check out the Open Series. It's a weekly competition for all skill levels. Visit the PS4 Competition Center, one destination that has Mortal Kombat content. Gives you an insight as to how players play, tips and tricks for all the characters, and all skill levels as well from beginner to pro. Go check out compete.playstation.com and sign up today. Look at that bracket.
It's a good bracket. Tweedy in grand finals. Losers finals will be Hayate. But who will he play against? It will be either BC Biohazard or DF Gur. So we just saw a match that we knew was going to be good, and we know that this match is going to be good too. Biohazard with the Kano, I think is probably my expectation here. Gur, it's going to be Geras. And the way that Gur's been playing so far today, look at the results for Gur have been that he won 3-0 and then he won 3-1 versus his last match, I'm Big Daddy G. So he's looking great in the score, but the way that he's doing it, this offense that we're seeing out of him, the risks, the mix-ups that we're seeing out of him, yes, we're still also definitely seeing that kind of rangy play, the slow play, taking up a lot of space with the clones, with teleports, with launchers, that kind of stuff, checking with sand traps. We're seeing that we're accustomed to, backwards movement, but also the risks up close, the short hop shenanigans, the sweeps,
short hop shenanigans,
very, very command grab heavy. It's a very funky, interesting, strong style for Gur today.
I'd say on average, his stats per match before this tournament to me are an average of maybe 1 to 2 command grabs per set. And he's averaged about 20 to 30 here tonight.
Yeah, that's per round at minimum.
Yeah, so that's the major difference. Now we are going to see a very high, potentially high octane matchup here, because someone's going to be doing that as well on the other side, and it's going to be Biohazard. So we'll see who can get what going. It's going to be a lot harder, I think, for Gur to keep Kano on the ground. That's where the command grabs might be tricky, is that this character can always just jump back and look to react, right? Can always jump back, look to react. Major plus side, though, Geras doesn't have to hold this forward 1 crap. He is one of the characters that can crouch it and interrupt it with the 6 frames. That's going to come into play as well. I think that it's going to be an up-close battle. It's not it's not going to be easy for Gur to keep Kano away, and vice versa. I think it's going to come down to a nice slobber knocker up close.
Yeah, and thinking about how the character's options kind of interplay, I would think that Sand Trap punishes the biomagnetic pull, and I would also think that biomagnetic pull punishes Sand Trap from pretty far away. So those options are probably going to be, maybe we're not going to see them as much. I don't know. We'll see. I don't play either of these characters, but that's kind of my guess of how that interplays. And these two, it's always been a blast to me to watch them play, because these are the two kind of big body grappler type players that are the most prominent in the scene. And yet, they commonly will play different characters anyway, right? They kind of have, like, they're grapplers, but not necessarily with the same character. For me, as a big grappler fan, that's always a treat to watch.
Has foreseen it. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go, losers. Semifinals, and we start off with it, David. The raw pull at round 1 fight gets Gur off the defensive bar, and now he's gonna go in. No! That was the ultimate. Don't come at me, bro. Froze time. I've never seen that as an anti-air. You're out here showing off a little bit. You find yourself in the corner, and you see that Biohazard doesn't want to go beyond the forward one or risk getting clapped himself. Here is things, baby. And here we go. We're swinging at the big read of the command grab. If only his was a mid of his own. Look at the cash out. Over 40% on the down, too. And
Dude, that's one of my favorite things to watch.
That might be my favorite anti-air in the game.
I love just seeing Kano spin in the sky as shifting sands is preventing him from... Oh my god, beautiful. As you're talking about, that's an important defensive tech for Gears in this matchup. Gur was super ready for it.
Fight.
Oh no. Go through interactable. Suck out of there anyway. Here the corner. Nice distancing by Biohazard on their max distance, and that's catching Gur off guard, not expecting those frames to be there so fast. Oh, and here's another tick throw. I talked about the 4 or the 7 that he had earlier. Really forgot about jumping. Don't worry about the 1-1 mix up there as well. And there's the mobility of Kano coming into play.
Of Kano?
What is this?
I'm talking about the mobility of Geras.
I was about to say, what in the world? Who taught Geras instant transmission? That's what I want to know.
Gur checking, and he's got pressure now. And it's really just going to be a couple more hits if he can do it, but it's not going to happen. It's a rare wake up 3 from Biohazard.
Final round. Fight.
Oh. No, you just don't exactly. He blows up. Oh, everything working out for Bio.
Bio in round number 1 end up taking it by the raw pull to start and getting Gur off the defensive bar. Same thing here in round number 3, but Gur with the quick turnaround regains the health lead rather than lose that momentum. It's not really going to matter here, and again, as Geras, you feel a little bit less threatened, I feel like, David, just because he's not jailing those plus frames on you and putting you in that immediate life or death situation. Here, Kano, as savage as this is going to sound, has to think just a little bit more in pressure.
So far, it's not even about pressure in this round. It's about him just trying to get in one time. It's been about Gur keeping his distance, finding his way back to mid-screen. No, completely. Well, okay. Finally, and then the check here with the Bio pull.
Hasn't led to a lot of damage, though, and this has kept Gur in it. There's the mid-command grab. In-hit advantage. So many things to worry about. Even gets the punish. That was so much time had passed. Still in the recovery. Tries the flawless block. Ends up getting short up of his own, but out of there anyway. Gur, slight health lead. Puts out the clone. He's going behind it.
Oh, I love it. He just got out of there. Wasn't confident enough. Look at the time now. Oh! That was a counter. It wasn't
that was not a punish.
Not
he
a
pressed
punish.
something right there.
What was Bio trying to do?
You think another one? That'd be the real madness.
Game 1. Yeah, this set I thought was going to be pretty sick. Already looking good.
I'm really curious what he pressed right there. That's interesting. Good reaction by Gur, though, just to see the space on the screen. Probably wasn't going to get punished himself if that thing was blocked. Because look at the range he would have blocked it at, and then you have to calculate the push block afterwards, and it's, man, he's going to be out there in Saturn. There's no way. Gur on the board here. That was a good game 1. A little less, up close, like I was kind of reading. Gur actually did a phenomenal job at being so active in his mobility that he stayed away from the range of Kano. And you saw how many times Biohazard lost his turn, having to only do forward 1. Oh. And then Gur just ends up being right. Now we got a little bit of a different situation here.
We mentioned that when we asked Biohazard, hey, which characters might you play today? He did list Cabal as one of them. And just in seeing him play on his stream and the like, he's been playing the character a lot. He thinks the character is very strong. It's, of course, with air, slight gas, and hook grab. Very standard layout for that character. And we all agree that the character is obviously very good. But I also take your point that it's so rare to see Bio playing a character that does not have a command grab.
Now, what is normal is Biohazard playing a character that can puke damage. So, On that note, absolutely, because here we go. That was with a jump in. We're going to see about 40 here. Oh.
That's how it goes. Yeah, gets punished. Very nice. Good awareness by Gur. Gets a chance for a punish and is pretty light about it. Ah.
Nice confirm, and we're going all the way to the corner here. He's going to 4-3 into the command grab. No! I'm shocked he didn't go for the corner carry. Maybe he wants to avoid the corner himself and keep this mid-screen.
Oh, they had the same idea. Gur tries it out. He does need to make a slight comeback here. It's not by much. Oh, what a delay. Very good delay in that. Absolutely, that's the round right there for Biohazard's Cabal. He just put in enough frames right there for Gur to think, oh, okay, maybe there's a throw, maybe I micro dog, maybe I do a button or backdash or whatever it is.
The setup. Nice early breakaway. It doesn't avoid anything in the end. Oh no! That's one of the worst feelings in Mortal Kombat, baby. You come off your bar, and that may have helped him convert that. Wait a darn second.
I was gonna say, I think so. I think that's what happened.
Oh my goodness.
That was so genius. Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
I watched it back, and I think that's 100% what just happened. Oh, it's so pretty. Making it a flawless block. He is just trying to take away every bit of momentum for Biohazard. In the corner, is that going to be enough on the end? Not today. Let's worry about Fatal Blow. He's with the jump kick. That's a really good knockdown to do a jump kick as well. It covers so many options in the corner. The knockdown has good hit advantage in order to pull it off before someone tries to wake up with buttons, etc., etc., etc. And that flawless block was kind of wild. Was that just on the raw second hit of that string? Or just showing off now?
What a pickup. Come on. Yeah, Gur installs the sands, and now good looking getting out of this situation.
Oh!
That was actually a whiff punish? Okay,
he definitely called him out for it. Oh no. That's still a lot of damage. 250 for that jump. That's what it cost you.
Okay, well now, it's gonna be tough to whiff anything because there is, if that even comes up, and it's gonna be...
Whoa!
Yo! Yeah, I feel like that was the anti... Was that... Wow, okay, well it doesn't end up working out at all. Anyway, it's Gur who's up 2-0, but... Biohazard maybe intentionally walked forward like that?
That was like a... I mean, if a character's gonna do that, of course it's gonna be Cabal, right? That walk speed... That was so cool. That's one of those interactions you rarely get to see because you don't get to see a lot of Gears use that a lot. And again, what I'm loving out of Gears' play is not just the command grabs. It's been him using that an awful lot more and causing madness. Madness that we just saw. We also saw a godlike conversion because of it. You see Biohazard be a little lost in the sauce, especially in the corner. Gears been a lot more aggressive in putting it out in the corner. And Biohazard, yeah, going back to Kano, who looked good in game number 1. It was down to a hit. You know, the switch to Cabal definitely to I think, test some waters here.
Yeah.
But we're going back home.
I think that's my read on the situation as well. He was super, super close to taking it in that game number 1. Didn't need to switch. It wasn't a requirement. But, you know, he's secured his spot in the top 16 in the finals league for sure. He's coming into this 3rd overall. So I think there might have been him just trying stuff out a little bit. Back to the character. What brung him for the most part? What a pickup. A little bit more damage. Costing 2 bars from Gur.
You get some huge damage here. I'm shocked he's not going for the corner carry, though.
That was a punish. Bio was there. He's going to get some pressure here as well. It's his turn still.
Let it rip. All that early conditioning, right?
Ooh,
and
the bad spot.
That's just not.
This
Oh,
is the
yeah,
bad
you're gonna
place
burn
off,
there.
man.
Oh no. Is he gonna start off with round 2 fight pull?
Fight.
I think you just can't do that in this match for fear of sand trap. I don't know. We'll see if that interaction comes up. All right, so the clone's out of here. It's Bio. Still has the corner. Ooh, the spacing.
No. What a down 2 because he had 3 dot damages on him, I believe. Oh, what happened to that health bar? It's gone.
It's gone.
90% of it.
See ya. That's it. Yep. That's, oh my god! Well, that looked a little bit stronger again. Look, the Cabal, not that it looked bad, but that was, ooh, super strong.
He had the dot damage on from, I forgot the input. Is it forward 4 or forward 3? The advancing mid there, put on a dot damage. He got him with the chemical burn, then the fire on the ground, then 2 more chemical burns on top of that, and then his health just kind of disappeared from existence.
Yeah, that back 3 starting things off for Kano. That's looking good. Looking good.
If there's a way to get back into a match, you guys just watched it. That was carnage. Bio could do no wrong, and there's no better feeling as a player than to have a round like that and get back into a match, because you are fearing nothing from this point on. You're like, okay, I can get that going. Let's go.
He was definitely able to get in and party a lot once he got to that corner. We haven't really seen him having corner control in this matchup much yet until that game. Tried, that was actually the beginning, did you see that, of the sand trap? Just didn't even get it out in time.
Grounded approach and the wake up by Gur. Gur is not shy whatsoever from wake up buttons though. That's always been in the arsenal. He loves abusing that wake up down 1, the delayed wake up in the down 1, and oh no. The tech throw is working out. Nice call out. By Gur, this is a lot of dot damage. He gets out of fire. This might be GG's.
Gur.
Okay, I believe.
Oh, he could do it, of course. He's honestly 2 mix-ups away. Ah, the big one. Okay. Hoping to see a button come out from Bio. Nothing doing.
Round 2. Fight.
3rd round in a row for Biohazard. I'd say the momentum has completely shifted. Rest in peace, Cyrax in the back. Just want to point that out real quick. Now that we've acknowledged it, we're moving along. There's some more offense, and there's the Gearus specific duck of that string. And that has been huge for him.
Funky little staggers here from Bio. He's trying to be as tricky as possible. Oh my god.
Whoa. Okay.
What a sick pickup, actually.
That's more of what I expected coming into this. These two have still played a crazy mid-range and full-screen game. Wow.
Pretty rangy, no doubt about that. It's Bio still pressuring. So good. What a call. He knew that Gur was going to try to press buttons there.
Oh, 4 straight
right
rounds. I think 20-plus phenomenal reads. Not only do we have a match, but we are looking at the cusp of a reverse 3-0 if Biohazard continues what we are watching right now. Whatever this is, scary.
What this is good, just on almost everything. That read right there, that offensive flawless block read. Super, super good timing. We have been talking about how Gur likes to press buttons there. That's right. It's something his character can do. He makes good use of it, steals turns with it. That's a way to blow it up. Biohazard was ready for it.
He finally called him out. Checking him with the down 1-2 with the flawless block. Up to, which was, I think, just the icing on the cake, really. It may not be. He actually may have already put the icing on the cake. That may have been like the, I don't know, the frosting where it like spells out something on top of the icing that's on top of the cake. Because he has been rocking these last 2 games. Let's see if he can continue it in a Game 5 situation. Can Gur stop the reverse 3-0 and get those much needed points? I think for him, this is more of the must-win situation.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Bio came into this looking great on points.
Talk about those wake-up down 1s, too. He's never shy. Okay. Oh, no! No punish?
Well, he was so expecting to block. It had reached its terminus.
It's a good trade there and avoids the knockdown. Again, that closes the gap. Ooh, no plus frames this time. He teleported the shenanigans by Gur. Oh. Just on a big combo there. Wasn't expecting to jump into work. Very pre-committed to stand 4.
This
sure what kind of shenanigans he was looking for off of it?
Gur, it's just very, even he doesn't What a series. The man did teleport in, forward two, teleport into sand trap.
He thinks so far ahead. And I feel like it's hard to play against because you don't even know what's coming next because he's such a madman.
Oh,
Far away for the pull this time. And what a... How did you place that perfectly, Gur? That was insane. He knew exactly where the Kano ball was going to be when it touched the ground.
So it's match point for Gur.
He just pulled off an Einstein-level equation to figure out when he was going to land right there. Yo, NASA should hire Gur. That's all I'll say.
Got him on the punish. And, okay, well, that's why we see sometimes up 3 from Tweedy, for example.
Exactly.
Oh my god. He's really harassing. Oh, out of the sky as well. The huge hitbox of that laser. Now, Biohazard close to the corner, certainly within forward 1 range. Yep, there it is.
Oh, that should be
it's
it.
a bad spot to be in. Bad spot. It's match point now for both Biohazard and Gur down to the final round.
Scary corner here. Is Biohazard going to get the flames going here? Will he ignite his opponent? Not today. Not going to come off the bar. Does come off there for the wake up. Cannot get hit. He still believes just because of the position. No risk from Gur on the flawless block either. Just want to keep it safe and kept it uncancelable on the down 1. Lucky he didn't get sniped there by the back 1, break the armor, but he's just going to meaty pull. Meaty pull, baby. 2021, that's the tech. Even on health. Slight advantage for Bio, taken away by the, again, perfect anti-air trap by Gur. Ooh, another one. Watch your neck for breakfast here. Nothing, but a wake up down 1 attempt by Biohazard, trying to fight fire with fire here.
Just a little bit of damage at a time here, Gur. But it's really adding up, as you can see. He's out.
Ooh.
Looking for flawless block was Bio. And now, big threat on both sides. Will he get out? Yes. But next hit, either way, could do it.
So scary, gets him with the pull. And it's not going to go to fatal blow, absolutely. And this does not, I don't think this scales at all. This is 100% dead. I think Biohazard has won this. Not going to say it until it says it exactly. And here we go. Biohazard, David pulls off the reverse 3-0 here in semifinals. After the switch to Cabal, game number 1 was close. Goes to Gur. He makes the switch, tries Cabal a little bit, tests the waters, ends up drowning, goes back to Kano, goes back home, and something different clicked. There was just something about going back to Kano, going back home, and just sometimes it's a match made in heaven. And that's exactly what Biohazard and Kano is to me.
One thing I would say about how Gur played is that as the set went on, it looked more and more like the Gur that I expect, which is really good.
Yeah.
But also like not as offensive and insistent about pressure, and
a lot less command grabs.
I was just gonna say very few command grabs. We didn't see a short hop at all, I don't think. We didn't see a sweep that I can recall. It was much more about the kind of stuff that he feels comfortable with. And in that kind of situation, the opponent is threatening to reverse 3-0 you. Like, it's understandable to sort of revert to the things that you feel comfortable
revert back into that kind of pattern play that, you know, and all of us have been there. I'm sure you too, David. In bracket, you know, one of your boys comes up and goes, "Hey man, you've just been doing this, and this, and that's it." And it's like, oh man, I really have been kind of patterning, haven't I? My bad. It is definitely doable. Gur does not stop the reverse 3-0, but more importantly, gets a ton of points on the week, going out at 4th. So congratulations to Gur. That's going to help try to secure him into the finale. You know he's going to be in here sweating in week number 8, David. You know that's going to be coming.
Interesting. We got a couple of Canadians in losers finals. We got Tweedy hanging out in the grands. Gonna be fun. A couple matches that we have remaining here. Fun to watch.
Yeah. Got a few matches coming up, guys. Losers finals and grand finals. But don't go anywhere. We're gonna go to one last break. Go check out Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat and rep your realm, baby. the official Pro Competition merch store. Browse the apparel featuring your region's league and favorite Mortal Kombat 11 characters. Look at Scorpion, Melina, and Sub-Zero on your screen. There is more available at the link, so go check it out, guys. We got the last 2 matches coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're going to close out the East portion of the Pro Competition week number 7. Don't go anywhere. More Mortal Kombat coming right up.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, the cream of the crop, the top 3 competitors in today's top 8. Of course, it's going to be Mortal Kombat Pro Competition NA East. My name is Darth Arman. I'm joined by Mr. Aquaman, who's just been watching this carnage unfold, man. I mean, so many good players in this bracket, and it's really cool to see, kind of a mix of old school versus new school, players that have been around since, I guess now Injustice 1 is old school. And then,
that's what it was across the board. Hayate, Big Daddy, Tweedy, Deadly Rebel, Abyss Bio, Zentai, Gur. That's all 4 of those matchups you could say was a little bit of a veteran versus a young and up-and-comer, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, today, not saying that every time it's going to happen that way, but today, the old school or the more veteran seasoned players did come out on top. Big Daddy G moving down to the lower bracket. And a Deadly Rebel moving down a lower bracket, and it going down in a way that they definitely didn't want to, but they did get some points. A lot of people have that top 16 at the least secured there for the sub-regional finals, qualifying for the sub-regional finals. They're just trying to get that seeding worked out. But actually, a little bit to talk a little bit about, like, I guess kind of like what seeding is going to be looking like for the sub-regional finals. I actually saw some talk about it on Twitter about how an outlier could really come into the mix.
Oh yeah,
and really have a low seed, and then you really have seeding not really mattering much to you. So I think everyone's main focus is just to qualify to get into that $10,000 finale.
With that being said, though, someone from the looks of it could pull off a victory in week number 8 and make it in.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Could definitely happen. And it's you don't know who's going to come in and shake up the bracket. And that's why.
Pageant.
That's right. Infamous.
You honestly never know, but who could just come out, win a tournament, and get in? And we talked about some of those outliers. And let's get into this matchup as we start off with Bone Picker-ish Baraka. I think this might just be a raw Bone Picker pick. Something surprising to Biohazard, whose Kano just clutched him and kept him alive in this tournament. Gets red early, gets the chin check with the down 2, but he doesn't let that stop him whatsoever. He's back on the offense. He's on the hunt. Look at Chef Baraka looking to cook us up something special here tonight.
Yeah, I think he heard all your ravings about Cookout, so he's like, you know what? Let's get the Cookout gear on and
Cookout Baraka. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, we need the Cookout sponsorship in here ASAP. Oh, tries to go for a sweep, and Hayate jumping over it. I guess what Biohazard's going for here is to kind of have that range, to compete with Aaron Black. Once he goes for the rifle smack or the acid move there, his armor breaker, he's at a really far range and definitely not unsafe. But you want to have something like Baraka's forward 2 to kind of keep him, respectful, keep him
forward 2 or grab, right? Forward 2 or grab in
that's
those
exactly
situations.
It.
Yeah. It becomes a mix-up on block, and so it's trying to get your opponent really uncomfortable in those situations and not try to steal a turn. And there's one of the 14 pick throws we might see with that blood lunge. But like we haven't seen a lot tonight is a high.
Yeah, I haven't seen much. I actually don't know what Biohazard's last ability move is equipped here. I know the blood lunge, the command grab, is a 2-slot move. Just for the full string, knocks him down. And look at the patience here from Biohazard, just kind of waiting for his time. But here comes Hayate with those mids. Maybe
a lot of people swing after blocking that sweep either. That was a very aggressive press. Big anti. Whoa, looking like Gearus out here. Wait a minute.
And there's that last move there, the spine burst. Oh, and Hayate, just perfect little hit confirm here. Back to 2 into fatal blow to seal the deal. And really, there was no chance for Biohazard to, you know, even if he did have that meter, to breakaway. Oh, it looks like he did have that meter, but the breakaway option never became anything on the table because he never was airborne. So really smart stuff there by Hayate, recognizing it, understanding, you know, the resources available to his opponent. I wonder if Biohazard's going to stick with this pick or if he's going to switch away.
Yeah, we didn't see any other move used, but the Blood Lunge was definitely enough, and we know Biohazard's really good with the character, you know, just at a core, right? Just the normal tool set that he's got. He did have one crucial drop in the corner there at the end off of a very tough pickup, though. He got an anti-air with the forward 4, and to be able to combo off of that naturally is actually really rare, and so a one drop cost him a knockdown. Hayate got up and did a beautiful hit confirm like you talked about. Seal the deal off the back 2-2. But he's going to change things up drastically here. This Cabal did not look great last time he brought it out either.
Let's see what we can see here, what we're going to be seeing from Biohazard. So this is kind of like the you know, the Cabal that a lot of people have been using after customs have become a thing. He's going to have the slight gas for the mobility, you know, some more air options because, you know, Cabal doesn't have enough. And, you know, he's going to have the hook grab for some extended combos, some really, really good damage. Biohazard starting it up here with a nice, easy throw. Hayate is just holding on to that block.
Whoa.
Love the air-to-air, love the hit confirm here. Biohazard looking incredible here out the gate.
One really big thing to note there is that he did an instant jump 1, which was probably the best option to read an air-to-air with. And that's something that you see a lot of Cabals do. They always do jump 3 or jump 2, and oh no, he was on top of the acid, activating the crushing blow. That's just tough to deal with. Another big cash out. Dropped the setup, but not blocking his Biohazard here, and that might cost him everything.
Biohazard might have been holding on to up. Oh, goes for the up 3 because he knows he's going for the acid for the easy kill. Hayate just needs to find a little bit of breathing room, and he does there. The down 3 challenging right after Cabal, slightly negative, knowing that, you know, I just need to make one little hit. I'm not going to put myself at a huge risk here, but that could have been anything else.
You really couldn't stop that down 3 from happening, right? Once you go beyond to the end of the string, you have given up your turn really good by Hayate to take it safely and not let Biohazard do a jump or press when he's negative and get away with it.
Exactly, well put.
So, did he just try to anti-air with stand 4? Whoa.
It did look like that. A lot of jump in here from Biohazard. Even again, those instant jump 1s that you kind of pointed out there. Yes, a little uncharacteristic like of other Cabals, but you know, this is Biohazard. This is a completely different player, and someone who's always kind of had a great approach of, you know, how to play characters in a certain way. Love the back-to-back hook grabs here. Puts himself in the corner. Hayate letting go of block literally at like the last frame there, getting under the throw, cashing in big time with that down 2 crushing blow. That's going to be possibly a way for him to get back into this. Of course, we already used the crushing blow, and it's not a factor here. No acid on the ground. Hayate trying to get crazy, and he does it again.
That was off of like 2 throw reads almost directly in a row.
Yeah, those 2 throw reads won him the game, ducking under the high throw, you know, obviously, which is a very, very risky move, but Hayate paying it, like cashing out big time here. What a comeback. That stings. If you're Biohazard and you're Biohazard's pride, like that stings. That was his round. He had a huge life lead there, and it really just kind of came down to those hard reads, those hard decisions, commitment here from Hayate. Love to see it.
It was so rare to see Biohazard fall victim to something that we all fall to, which is when someone's under 130 health, you're going for the throw because it's going to kill, right? Like but it's really rare to see him get kind of caught in that vortex of trying to go for it, right, when you got so many other options available. But just like in the previous round, when his tournament life is against the wall, Kano comes a mixin'.
Oh, here comes the command grabs. What are we going to see here on the loadout? Yeah, we got lumbar check, chemical burn, which is a really, really good move in the corner, and the biomagnetic pull, which means, you know, some things that you thought were safe because they have certain distance no longer become safe thanks to that biomagnetic pull. So let's see how Biohazard applies his 3rd character here. Tries to go right for it, and Hayate doing such a good job of getting under these throws. I mean, he knows when those throws are coming. A little bit of a drop.
He has only had high throws as well, every single character, whether it be command grab or regular. Hayate's always going to have that option. Oh no, he pulled him into the fire!
That is so good.
That's kind of...
That's so good. Oh, man. All right.
The first time he did it to me, I said the same exact thing, though. I'm like, come on! Come on!
How is this in the game?
He got pulled into his own death, ladies and gentlemen. He was just blocking, minding his own business, going about his day, Aaron Black gunslinging, being all nice and cool, and sucked into fire. Nice getting hit, blocking the lighter there, avoid the dot damage on the ground, and this is still falling apart though. As defensive as your godlike reads can be, Kato is decimating this health bar.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that Hayate is making right decisions there in the corner, but he's still, you know, he's making the right decisions to avoid the fire, but still getting just destroyed, grabbed, hit. I mean, Biohazard is running away with this here. Huge life lead on his side, and Hayate out of life completely here. Oh. He's got two pairs of legs.
This is why even the chat was like, why would you not go with Kano, given what just happened mere moments ago, where he pulled off a reverse 3-0 with this character?
Night and day. Night and day. I mean, look, you also have to consider that Biohazard is here in this position where I'd say at this point, he's pretty much secured for a top 16 spot in the sub-regional finals.
Absolutely.
And I think he's just kind of testing the water. You know, obviously there's casuals, obviously there's, you know, sets that you have with other really good players, but nothing is going to be as good of a test to, you know, your secondaries or your third characters as a tournament setting. And, you know, it's a rare opportunity, and I think Biohazard's just kind of taking advantage of it. So, you know what, let me try the Baraka against, you know, this incredible defensive, you know, this incredible player, Hayate. Let me see what I can do with him. And now this is going to kind of make a little blueprint for himself to relook at things that he has to between now and the sub-regional final.
If he wants the same. Yeah, and it's almost the same as the other side too, where I feel like Hayate might be doing the same thing as well with this Aaron Black. We have not seen the Fujin at all, and he might be saving. He might be saving it a little bit.
I definitely agree with that. That's a good move. You know, you don't want to reveal all your cards right away, but I guess if you
what happened to this health bar? It's gone.
Totally gone here. Biohazard coming off those two defensive bars to try to save a little bit of this health, but it might be to no. Oh, well, not getting the punish, but trying to get over the acid. That was so smart. He canceled into the cannonball just to get off the acid. And right now, Biohazard's just kind of buying some time. You know, the longer, and again, I don't think he necessarily wanted to win that round, but he wanted to at least wait for that defensive meter to come back close to full breakaway, ready if he needs it right away. Right into the lumbar check after that jump to Biohazard, getting tricky with the command grabs. Ooh, deep jump intos. Remain nice and plus afterwards. Definitely going to be your turn to swing. Good block in the overhead.
That's a really good block. That's been sniping a lot of people here so far from Hayate, not watching their domes. Gonna get a great combo here. Time off the clock, and the disrespectful. It's just icing on the cake for Aaron Black, really. Just the acid out. Biohazard standing his ground in it too, and look how that paid off. He actually walked himself into the acid to get out of the range of Aaron Black's jump in. That took some cojones.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you got to put yourself in a little bit of danger if your opponent doesn't think you're going to go in there. Boot drop here from Aaron Black. Is he going to do the second one? No. Biohazard checking with down ones like crazy, making sure Aaron Black doesn't get that breathing room that Hayate's looking for. Hayate backing off, challenging with some mids. Of course, that's going to be a safe move, and Biohazard, the nice little stagger pressure right into the command grab, and he just let it rip.
Oh my goodness! Hayate pulling off the Vianality, wake up fatal blow, just says, you know what, if this works, I win. GG's, big fan, I'm going to grand finals. That's how quick that just happened. He just said, you know what? I'm in grand finals, baby.
Look, man. It was a little sneaky, and I think that was probably the last thing Biohazard was looking for. But let me just reiterate that even though against most characters, you know, Aaron Black's fatal blow at that mid-range, not really going to be something that gets punished or something that's unsafe. But against Kano, you know, who's got Kano Ball, who's got biomagnetic pull, that was definitely an unsafe fatal blow attempt, and it paid off immensely here for Hayate, just cutting that momentum short because Biohazard was kind of, you know, riding this train back, looking for that reverse 3-0. So, you know, you just got to wonder, what if you picked Kano that whole time? You know, it's
Yeah, exactly.
You live and die by your choices.
You also have to respect the choices of the Baraka. You also got to respect the choices of the Cabal, looking for different options, looking to progress and advance as a player, test things in new waters against new opponents, and in high pressure situations. So that's all experience at the end of the day for someone like Biohazard, who's going to take a lot of that knowledge in and try to use that later, not just in week number 8, but also in that finale, which he's 100% secured for with this, and is close with this victory. He may have done it. I'm pretty sure that he may have passed Honeybee in points with his performance here today as well.
Probably 2 really, really consistent players. Just always making a name for themselves, and it's cool to see that Biohazard here in this top 8 had a great run, a great set against Gur, a great set against everybody in this top 8, and definitely going to be, you got to watch out, man. Got to watch out for Biohazard when it comes to anything NRS.
So I do have a really big update for everyone. As we are sitting here, it's a very unfortunate update. And I do apologize, guys, but Tweedy has had to DQ from the grand finals on the winner's side. He had to forfeit his match. He had to play somewhere else and is not able to play his match in grand finals. So he is forfeiting it, taking the points, and Hayate will have won this week of the Pro Kompetition, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations, Hayate. Not only did you stop Biohazard's reverse 3-0 with that crazy fatal blow. Yeah.
Little did he know that he just pulled off the entire victory with that win over Biohazard there. There may have been a lot more points at stake than they realized.
Oh, yeah. And you got to wonder, if Biohazard knew that, would he have gone with Kano out the gate? So I don't know. It could have been something like that.
That may have gotten a little sweatier if they would have known the information prior, but they definitely didn't. Still, wonderful performances for everyone in this top 8. That was really cool to see, and to see these guys making a huge return to form, especially in these longer online series. Good to see Hayate and Biohazard grinding these things out. Gur on the up, changing up his play style. You got guys like Zentai making a huge run, Deadly Rebel, Abyss putting in the work. I'm Big Daddy G, still in the mix, still up there making these performances. And look at the finale that he's going to be in as a huge wild card as well. He's got a big victory. But that's going to do it here for the East Coast side of things, everyone. I want to give one last massive shout outs to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All of our audio here on the commentary is powered by Astro for the entire season. Go visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation products available now. Go check them out, astrogaming.com. They're doing some great stuff here in not just the competitive space, but the personal space too, because I love their headsets.
Oh, so good, so good. And I guess while we're doing shout-outs, we're also going to shout out to PS4 Tournaments, the Open Series. Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. Check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. PS4 Tournaments are weekly competitions of all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You guys can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center. It's super easy. There's a lot of great content there for all skill levels. Check it out. All you got to do is go to compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID, and that's that. I mean, you guys have been watching NA East. That's going to conclude NA East for this week, but real shortly, we're going to be having NA West. So we're going to be seeing what kind of monsters are on the west side of North America for today's pro competition. So again, make sure you guys are following the channel at least, and you guys will definitely know when we go live, which should be within the hour. So kind of hang out, take a break, and we'll be right back with some more Mortal Kombat action.
Jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.